209 days. That's how long it's been since there has been Bowling Green hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM, and we are back for the second season in the tenure of head coach Dennis Williams. Bowling Green inside Dwyer Arena, about 15 minutes from the Falls here in the campus of Niagara University as they take on the Purple Eagles in their first regular season contest of the 2025-2026 campaign. Hello, everyone. Ben Korak here from the Falcon Media Sports Network, here with the team in Niagara Falls, New York, as it is our commitment this season to broadcast every single Bowling Green hockey game on the road and at home. We missed only 5 games on the road last season, and it is our goal to get all 34 games scheduled for Bowling Green hockey on the air on WBGU 88.1 FM. For all BGSU athletics news and updates, including everything BG hockey, go to bgfalconmedia.com and BG_FMSN on Twitter. If you would rather listen to Bowling Green volleyball, we wouldn't hold it against you for sure. Join Andrew Smith and Aiden Bruick on Falcon Radio, streaming on bgfalconmedia.com. Alex Del Piombo and the Falcons taking on Northern Illinois for the second time this week and looking for a series sweep. That is streaming bgfalconmedia.com on Falcon Radio. Also be sure to tune in to the Battle of I-75 tomorrow at noon on Falcon Radio. BG football versus Toledo in a huge game with MAC championship implications. So be sure to not miss the action. Join Sean Connolly, Tyler Kavlitz, and Lucas Kleinmeyer starting at noon tomorrow for kickoff from the Doit. Now let's talk some hockey. I had the opportunity to talk to head coach Dennis Williams a little bit ago about the exhibition game that happened last week against Robert Morris and today against Niagara. So let's hear what Willie has to say on the subject. Coach Dennis Williams, Coach, biggest positives from the exhibition match against Robert Morris about a week ago now?
Well, I think a lot of it was us getting an understanding of who we are. Got a lot of players in different positions. I think it showed a lot of the new faces, how hard you got to compete in battle, as well as old faces. You know, I didn't think a lot of guys really performed up to par, whether you're a senior, junior, sophomore, freshman. So it was a good eye-opener, and I expect to see a much better response. But even that response doesn't guarantee us a win. It's a really good hockey club we're going to be playing.
Yeah, 19 total shots, 12 of them from freshmen. Were you happy with the way, the newcomers played, and is shots an area that you want to improve on in the game's come?
Yeah, we had a lot more than 19. The stats I don't think were done correctly on our end. But we were we definitely need to generate more. We got to generate more second and third opportunities, and that's something that we've preached all week.
Yeah. Line combinations still, a lot of newcomers still early in the season. Can we expect to see, lines changing through the games and through today's game and tomorrow as well?
I think that'll all depend on play, on how we perform, how guys perform. We're on, these games count. So, last year, no different, went into Mercyhurst and we won it. I don't think I changed the lineup. We're not, they've had 6-7 weeks, everybody to prove where they belong and what they need to do. And now it's, These are big games on the road, and we want to start off on the right foot. So, in terms of how the lines are going to play throughout the game, it's going to be totally predicated on how guys perform.
Yeah. 3 goalies seen in exhibition. What can we expect? What factors into the decision today for who's going to be in net?
We're going to go with Cole Moore in net, and we'll reevaluate shortly after.
Okay. And then keys to the game for you guys, like expectations of the game, and what do you want to see from today's game against Niagara?
I want to see a lot more compete on the inside, second, third opportunities net front. Our discipline needs to be better, obviously, and shift time. I want to see us have that kind of wave train mindset of going 30 to 40 seconds, and getting off and getting fresh guys out.
Okay. Coach, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Understanding who we are might be a big theme for Bowling Green hockey this season. 14 newcomers to the Falcon roster from the first season of Dennis Williams, where the roster didn't change a lot from 2023-24 to 2024-25. There's a pretty large amount of turnover this year with outgoing seniors and also incoming freshmen and 3 transfers for the Falcons as well. There's a couple of big things I took from that interview. Second and third opportunities are going to be a big one. Pretty fair amount of shots on goal in the exhibition against Robert Morris. That did finish as a 4-1 Robert Morris victory, although exhibition and a lot of things did not go as they normally would in a normal regular season game played. But that's going to put a lot of pressure on Brody Waters, Max Martin, and Quinn Emerson, 3 right wingers for Bowling Green that will be playing today, and they're having their effect on the game, especially with a high volume of shots, being able to clean up from the blue paint in front of the net and being able to put pressure on the goaltender for Niagara. That was an aspect of the game that Bowling Green excelled in last year, especially Brody Waters, who was a leader in the CCHA in total goals. Brody Waters had 16 last season, 6 assists, and 22 total points, 10 power play goals, and a lot of them coming right in front of the net. So a big aspect of Bowling Green's game that's going to be on focus today, and for a lot of opponents trying to limit that from the Falcons. Lineup changing is another big one. 6 new forwards and 2 new defensemen in the lineup from last season to this season. 3 of the 4 forward lines are different from what they were in the exhibition match, and all 3 defensive pairs are different, as well as Gustav Stjernberg not being in the lineup today, assumedly on a short-term injury, not due to performance or any long-term standings. But Stjernberg will not be in the lineup today. That opens the door for 3 newcomers for Bowling Green hockey on the D side today. Just as well, power play and penalty kill units changed versus Robert Morris, expected to change again today. The only forward lineup and power play unit that did not change against Robert Morris is the first line of Jaden Grant, Dominic Ryman, and Tyler Hodson. Ben Duran will move into that spot with Ryman and Hodson. Hodson on the left wing, Ryman on the right wing. Ben Duran will play with them today, and Jaden Grant will move down. That's probably going to be the premier scoring line for Bowling Green, possibly throughout the season if they stick together. But that is a very high-powered offense. Hodson, who transferred in from Rensselaer Polytechnic University, RPI. Ben Duran, who was one of Bowling Green's leading scorers last season, and Dominic Ryman, who's one of the most high-profile freshmen coming into this 2025-26 season for Bowling Green. 140 games played with the Everett Silvertips, head coached by Dennis Williams as well. 140 games played, 158 points scored by Dominic Ryman. He's a high-scoring player, as a lot of these freshmen are for Bowling Green. Another big thing I know Willie mentioned in his press conference on Tuesday, wants to see again today, is fresh, fast guys on the ice. He wants quick shifts, especially early, so he gets to see how different guys perform with different line mates as well. That's going to be a big theme for the Falcons today and throughout the season. They are very quicker this season than they were last season, looking to use that speed and especially have fresh legs every time they step onto the ice. The Bowling Green netminder today is Cole Moore, now a junior. Crazy to say that the years have flown by. The 6'6", 190-pound goaltender was kind of overshadowed a little bit by Christian Stover in Stover's final season with Bowling Green last season. Cole Moore is the only returning goaltender to Bowling Green. 20 games played in 2024-25, 2.8 goals against and a .906 save percentage. 18 power play goals for Cole Moore, which was a struggle of his. 18 power play goals in only 20 games played. He definitely did struggle on the penalty kill, although against Robert Morris in his one period of play, he allowed 2 goals, but neither of them were on penalty. He was 2 for 2 on penalty kills against Robert Morris, and that penalty kill unit for Bowling Green was very strong against the Colonials. So Cole Moore is going to start in net for Bowling Green today, expecting him to go the distance, as contrary to what Willie did with Robert Morris, which was to play all 3 goaltenders Bowling Green has on roster. Cole Moore got the first period, Jacob Steinman got the second period, Tyler Palmer got the third and final period. Cole Moore and Jacob Steinman each gave up 2 goals apiece. Tyler Palmer had kind of a mixed bag in the third period, played on the penalty kill, on the power play, even strength, 5 minutes apiece, and then for the final 5 minutes he sat on the bench as Bowling Green pulled the goalie, and then he had to go back on the penalty kill toward the end of the game as well. He did not give up any goals in his time in net for Bowling Green, but again, Cole Moore is going to get the start in net for the Falcons today. Niagara last season finished 4th in the AHA and lost in their first-round matchup against Army, 2 overtime games. The only game that they won was a 1-point victory. So Army just really fought against Niagara. Niagara was the 4 team. Army was the 5 team. That's similar to Bowling Green's CCHA quarterfinal, in which they were the 4 team, matched up against number 5 Michigan Tech. Ended up winning that series at home, going on to lose to St. Thomas in the semifinal. But Niagara certainly a very strong team, especially offensively. Had the best offense in the AHA last season, led in goals, shots, and they were second in total points, although they did lose their top 2 scorers from last season to the transfer portal. One, a senior that went to University of Massachusetts Lowell, and the other one that went to Clarkson, who actually just completed a victory over Penn State yesterday. Both of those players are now gone for Niagara, and not a incoming transfer class to speak of for the Purple Eagles. They do have one high-profile freshman, Marshall Finney, who's going to play right wing on the 3rd line. He's a very, very good scorer, especially offensively. His brother, Emmett Finney, plays with the Detroit Red Wings, just got put on the roster this season, last season, and in 190 games, in the WHL with the Edmonton Oil Kings. Marshall Finney scored 94 points, 47 goals, 47 assists, and he was an alternate captain the last 2 seasons, which for Niagara is a pretty high-profile recruit. He's definitely got some offensive talent, and he's on the larger side as well. 6'2", 195 for a lot of these Niagara forwards is pretty large in stature. Niagara is 1-0 overall. They played St. Lawrence last week, had a 5-2 win over the Saints, 4 power play goals and 2 empty net goals. So kind of an odd offensive game for Niagara, who scored all of their goals with an advantage, a man advantage for 4 of them, and without a goalie for 2 of them. And one of them was a power play empty net goal, which you don't get to see too much in college hockey. Marshall Finney had 2 goals in that game, so he's showing the offensive talent early. Also, Declan McDonald, who's an alternate captain for Niagara, and a junior as well out of Buffalo, New York, a local kid, also had 2 goals in that game. And this is an offense for Niagara under the head coaching of Jason Lammers that's going to want to get going to the clip that they did last season. Not too much defense to speak of, I should say, but they were very good offensively. They were very good in the face-off circles as well. They won over 56% of their face-offs throughout the season, and they're going against a Bowling Green team who won about 54% of their face-offs throughout the season. So it's going to be a big battle in the circles, the face-off circles for both Niagara and Bowling Green today. Keys to the game as established kind of by Willie and by what we've seen through exhibition play and through last season as well. Shots on goal are going to be a big theme for Bowling Green under the head coaching of Dennis Williams. He does love his shots on goal. 19 officially against Robert Morris. He said that that was a little bit low. They had more than that. I do believe that there was a good amount more shots than that. But not only shots on goal, second point is to be able to collect on those shots on goal, especially on second and third attempts, be able to clean up the rebounds off the Niagara goaltender Deves roll-offs today, and be able to score goals in the paint. That's going to put pressure, as I mentioned before, on Brody Waters, Max Martin, Quinn Emerson. All of them like to play in front of the blue paint, and they're going to be high-profile players today for the Falcons. We'll head into our first pick to stick of the 2025-26 season. We're going to mix it up a little bit this year. Last season, it was you got to win based on how you performed in a specific game. Each of us chooses a player, 2 points for a goal, 1 point for an assist. Total them up as the season goes on now. So we start with Lucas Kleimer, Tyler Kavlitz, Adam Duffin, who's back in the WBGU studio, back in Bowling Green, who's board opping our game today, and myself will each choose a player and accumulate points as the season goes along. Lucas Kleimer chose Tyler Hodson today. Hodson playing left wing on the first line, the 6-foot junior out of Stratford, Ontario, a very strong scorer in his last season played with RPI. 36 games played, 23 total points on 62 shots, and a 113 shot percentage. Does accumulate a good amount of penalties as well, but a very high scorer. A good pick by Lucas Kleimer. Tyler Kavlitz takes the safest pick. Brody Waters, 16 goals scored in 2024-25. He's one of the best goal scorers on this Bowling Green team and plays a lot in the blue paint, which should be a big spot for the Falcons today. Quinn Emerson, another one that had a fantastic end of last year playing with Ryan O'Hara and Ryan O'Hara and Ben Duran on the first line of the Falcons. He plays with Duran and Noah Morneau today. Quinn Emerson is the pick of Adam Duffin, our board operator, and myself, Ben Korek. I chose Noah Morneau, left winger, playing with Ben Duran and Quinn Emerson, 2 returners, 2 pretty good scores as well. Ben Duran, one of the highest scores on the team last season. Quinn Emerson had a very good end to last season, including the playoffs as well. And Noah Morneau, just a freshman out of Windsor, Ontario. I think he's going to be a big piece for Bowling Green going forward and playing on line with 2 great passers and great offensive players like Emerson and Duran. I think he's going to be able to find a good amount of points today. The last time Niagara and Bowling Green played was October 6th and December 29th of 2012. The Falcons went 1-0-1 against the Purple Eagles that season, a 3-0 shutout win at December 29th of 2012. That was the most recent game that Bowling Green and Niagara have played. Falcons' first game of the 2025-2026 season from Dwyer Arena in Niagara Falls, New York. Next on WBGU 88.1 FM, your home for Falcon hockey.
Falcon Media Sports Network and BG Falcon Media takes pictures for nearly all BGSU and Bowling Green related events throughout the year. Head over to bgfalconmedia.com, check out thousands of photos and all the content.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hi, my name is Emma Stransky. I'm a winger for BGSU women's soccer. My 4 favorite animals are ferret, because I have 2 and they're the cutest things ever. Falcon, because we're BG. Fox, because Chris Fox, our coach. And then a flamingo, because I think that they're pretty.
My daughter was diagnosed with a rare malignant rhabdoid tumor on the spine. They sent her straight to St. Jude. My hope was gone. But when you get there, everyone's like, hey, we're not going to give up. And when you see other people not giving up on your child, that makes all the difference in the world. When I found out I didn't have to pay, I was just grateful. They saved my baby's life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
BGSU Volleyball's Jessica Andrews is this week's Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week. The senior middle blocker won MAC's Offensive Player of the Week. She is the 5th different Falcon to earn Player of the Week award and making her the 3rd to win Offensive Player of the Week this season. This is Andrews' 7th weekly award, but her first non-defensive Player of the Week. This is her first honor of the 2025 season. Andrews was tied for the most kills on the team against Eastern Michigan with 16 for 30 and 8 for 12 against CMU on Saturday, finishing her weekend with 24 kills, making her hitting percentage for the weekend .476. This has been Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week.
If you served honorably in our nation's armed forces and you're looking for a way to continue serving your fellow veterans and your community, then join AMVETS. Each year, AMVETS members volunteer millions of hours at VA healthcare facilities from coast to coast, helping to improve the lives of their fellow veterans through the VA Voluntary Services Program. AMVETS posts and departments also participate in a wide variety of community service projects, ranging from Americanism in our schools to supporting the Special Olympics and Boy Scouts of America. Even if you no longer wear the uniform today, you can still serve through the AMVETS by joining today at amvets.org.
This is Falcon Media Sports Network hockey coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Welcome back to Dwyer Arena in Niagara Falls, New York. Bowling Green versus Niagara, the first game of the 2025-26 season for Falcon hockey. Falcon Media Sports Network again with road broadcasts of hopefully all Bowling Green hockey games this season, no matter where they are. That is our commitment this season. 34 games on the schedule, and hopefully we'll have the broadcast of all of them here on WBGU 88.1 FM, your home for Falcon hockey. Ben Korak here from the Falcon Media Sports Network. We have starting lineups in for both Bowling Green and Niagara. On the side of Niagara, Maxim Murinoff, Jacob Mallet, and Declan McDonald. The first line of forwards, Mallet in center, Murinoff on the left, McDonald on the right, Ethan Lund and Ross Rolson on the defensive side, and Deeves Roloffs, the goaltender for Niagara today. Niagara wins the faceoff, takes it back into their own zone, now forces it up. Bowling Green puts it back in the center ice. Now with the puck, back out into the O zone, and Ethan Lund collects for Niagara. Lund up, Spencer Young takes it in. Bowling Green clears it back down. Quinn Emerson on the forecheck for Bowling Green, the senior, out of Manhattan Beach, California, son of Nelson Emerson. Jack Blake also in the lineup today for Bowling Green. The son of Rob Blake, both Nelson Emerson and Rob Blake, Bowling Green hockey legends. Niagara forces it up. Hackett can't handle the puck. It's forced up by Bowling Green, back into the neutral zone. Pressure on the boards. Dominic Ryman gets it away, back into the D zone of Bowling Green, and now forced up the ice behind Roloffs. He'll see it out of his right shoulder. Wearing a large hit is Breck McKinley, who slammed all the way in. Ryman in there. McKinley keeps the puck inside the blue line. Ryman with it. Now to Grant. Grant down the right wing, and Hackett will take it away for Niagara. They're going to get it outside of the zone. Kept in just barely by Bowling Green's Ivan Korodiak. Korodiak joined the Falcons midway through last season at about December and played the majority of matches through the rest of conference play for the Falcons. With the puck now, Tyson Zimmer on the left wing, forced back into the Bowling Green zone. Back to collect is Braden Crampton, freshman for Bowling Green, playing defensively with Rihard Simonovic, two starters on the defensive side for Bowling Green. Puck out from behind, Colmore in net for the Falcons. Turned over back to Niagara. Niagara's got the puck on their left wing. Pass across to the point on the D side, and it's cleared outside the blue line. Crampton will gather back in his own zone behind his goal line. Now take it up through center ice. Pass up to the right wing. Brody Waters, leading scorer for the Falcons in 2024-25. Brett Foe looking to pass it to Simonovic on the left point. It's kicked high in the air and back to Niagara. Brokoff with the puck, left wing, forces it down in behind Colmore. Simonovic is there to peel it off the boards and settle it down. Falcons get some new guys on. Pass out to the left wing. Simonovic flips it up. Max Martin to give chase. He'll have to turn around and get back on sides as Niagara takes the puck back. Brokoff back. Ray Murakami, a native of Tomakomai, Japan. The sophomore in his second season with Niagara. Back out to the point. Murakami with the puck. He gets a bump from Max Martin. Puck is forced away, still behind Colmore. Back out to the front, wrist shot, and it goes wide left of the goal of Colmore. Good chance there for Niagara, their first major one of the game. Now back to Brokoff. Brokoff on the left point, flips it back down. Pressure in from Jake Sloan, centerman on the fourth line for the Falcons, and another freshman in this lineup for Bowling Green. Pinned up against the left wing corner. Back around to Dalton Norris, named captain of Bowling Green in 2025-26, along with alternate captains Jaden Grant and Gustav Stjernberg. Stjernberg not in the lineup today for the Falcons. Noah Morneau with the puck, flips it back to Simonovic behind Colmore. Simonovic takes it up around. Odd gather there by Ben Duran. Duran takes it around the left side of Colmore. No stoppage early, 16 minutes left to play in the first period. Still 0-0 between Bowling Green and Niagara here at Niagara Falls, New York. Back up to Ethan Lund, who can't keep it inside the blue line, so Niagara will all have to get back on sides. Purple Eagles dump it in. Morneau peels it off the boards, back to Simonovic behind his own goal. Bowling Green gets some new forwards on the ice. Starters Noah Morneau on the left, Ben Duran in center, Quinn Emerson on the right, Rihard Simonovic, and Braden Crampton, the defense for the Falcons. Hit there from Simonovic. Taking the puck is Breck McKinley, who circles it back around and into the O-zone of Bowling Green. Tyler Hodson down to the goal line in the right wing corner to Grant on the right wing boards as well. Hodson will battle behind the net with Ryman for possession of the puck. Behind Deeves Roloffs, who took his first win as a Purple Eagle last week against St. Lawrence, a 5-2 victory. Puts Niagara at 1-0 overall. Jaden Grant on the forecheck, and he'll take a step back, go for a change. Brody Waters on the forecheck now for the Falcons, playing with Connor Levis and Brett Foe, his forward line. Ziski takes the puck for Niagara, up into the O zone. Pass is deflected away, and good stick work by Dalton Norris. Now out to Marshall Finney. Finney wings it in. Bowling Green takes possession of the puck. Wearing their brown jerseys, all brown, orange, and white piping, are the Falcons as the puck is cleared back down into Niagara territory. Niagara wearing white sweaters, purple helmets and gloves, purple shorts, and gray stripe across their chests, reading Niagara. Puck back into the Niagara end of the ice. Good forecheck there by Connor Levis. Almost turned the puck over in the O-zone for the Falcons, but it's cleared back down to Ivan Korodiak to collect behind Cole Moore. Korodiak, just a sophomore for Bowling Green, brings it up into center ice. Back behind to Deeves Roloffs. Roloffs plays the puck. Morneau puts a big hit on. Hugs the rail. Morneau on the forecheck now for the Falcons. Quinn Emerson will have to grab the puck back in his own zone. McKinley with it. Pushes it up center ice. Duran gets a stick on it to avoid the icing. Still no stoppage, and we're 13:30 left to play in the first period. Here comes Spencer Young. Takes it up the right wing for Niagara. Jack Blake puts a hit on, takes the Purple Eagle out of the play. Outside of the blue line, McDonald has to grab for Niagara, circles it back into the neutral zone. Now forces it up. Jack Blake and Dalton Norris are back. Cole Moore plays the puck, puts it back to the wrong side. Turnover Niagara, slap shot, and it's blocked by Jack Blake in the middle of the slot for Bowling Green. Second pretty solid chance for Niagara. Only one shot on goal totaled, and that's for the home team. Simonovic skates in, transfer from Miami in the NCHC after last season. Puck back to Bowling Green, center ice, and a good move here. Jake Sloan takes it all the way into the O-zone. Mallet, crossover to the middle, and Max Martin can't slap it out of the air and into the goal past Roloffs. We're going to get a whistle. It looks like we're going to get an offsides against Niagara, who's taking it to the Bowling Green zone. That's the first whistle of the season for the Falcons. 12:33 left to play in the first period, and 0-0 still the score. Couple of total shots for Niagara. 2 shots on goal. One for Nicholas Nemo. The other one for Ethan Lund, defenseman for Niagara. Niagara wins the draw. It's only the second draw of the game. Forecheck there by Brody Waters, a harsh one. It's back into the D zone. With length is Nicholas Nemo. Nemo takes it behind Cole Moore. Back out to the point. This time held in by Niagara. Back to Nemo. Now to the middle. Slap shot wide right. Wide left of Cole Moore. Tyson Zimmer playing at the blue line now for Niagara, and here's pressure out. Brody Waters takes it in. His shot is slapped by Tyson Zimmer, and it's into the glove of Deeves Roloff, so we get another whistle and a draw to the left of the Niagara goaltender. Jeremy Minville on the ice for the Falcons now. Extra skater on the line sheet out of Drummondville, Quebec. Minville played with the Gastineau Olympiques and the Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League last season. Minville's got the puck behind the goal line in the O-zone for Bowling Green. Looking in is Emerson as well. Back around to Lane Brockhoff. Brockhoff clears it away for Niagara. Norris looks to clear the puck out. Captain for Bowling Green now takes possession of it. That was a odd man rush for Niagara just for a second. Dumped in by Norris, gloved by Roloffs, as Norris will step off for a change. Bowling Green now listed with 2 shots on goal unofficially. Brody Waters with the main one just a minute ago. 11:31 left to play in the first period, still no score. Jaden Grant in the dot for the Falcons. A positive face-off man as well. And the Falcons have Grant and Duran returning centerman. And then freshman centerman Connor Levis and Jake Sloan in replacement of Ville Emanen last season, as well as Ethan Scardina. Tyler Hodson goes into the offensive zone. It's poked down to the goal line. He'll fight for possession of the puck. Ross Rollison clears it back around. Niagara gets it outside the blue line just barely. Braden Crampton, the freshman, positioned to keep it in, but couldn't get enough of a stick on it. 11 minutes left to play in the first period. Dominic Ryman chases it in down to the goal line. Looks to cross it into the center when Jaden Grant was streaking in. Jaden Grant puts a hit on, gets the puck away. Ivan Korodiak skates in. Now throws it back down around the boards and around Roloffs and the goal for Niagara. Korodiak now back in the Bowling Green end to gather the puck. He gets there first, and it's an icing against the Purple Eagles. Face off back in Bowling Green zone. So no change for Niagara, a change for Bowling Green. They'll get a positive unit out there. 10:44 left to play in the first period. Simonovic and Dalton Norris. Not a defensive pairing listed today. The 2 veterans, a lot of experience. Connor Levis in the dot for Bowling Green with Noah Morneau and Brody Waters. Morneau takes the face-off back. Norris shot in, is blocked by Niagara. Back out to Simonovic. He tries to get it to Norris, but just clears it outside the blue line. We're going to get a whistle and a stoppage. And it looks like he's going to gather a stick. And getting sent off is Noah Morneau. See what that penalty is for from the referee here in Dwyer Arena in a second. But Bowling Green's going to go on their first penalty kill of the 2025-2026 season. Noah Morneau, Windsor, Ontario native, 132 points and 199 games played with the Windsor Spitfires of the Ontario Hockey League. In the dot for Bowling Green, Connor Levis. Other forward Quinn Emerson gets control of the faceoff and clears it outside of the zone. Roloffs to play the puck behind his own net for Niagara. Now taking it up is Mitchell Becker. Becker, a defenseman, taking it up all alone, splits the D. Quinn Emerson is going to get a tripping call there in center. He got too much of the skate of Mitchell Becker, and it looks like Emerson's going to be off for 2. The Falcons will be down 5-3 midway through this first period. 10-11 left to play. You could see it on Quinn's face, just his body language after that. He knew. A good move put on by Mitchell Becker, crossing the blue line and just after center ice. Emerson couldn't get in front of him, and now Bowling Green will have to play 2 defensemen and a forward against 5 Purple Eagles. Face-off won by Niagara. Back down to the goal line, cross, shot, and saved by Cole Moore. A big wrister by McDonald from the left wheel. Cole Moore holds on, so a nice stop by Cole Moore. 18 power play goals given up in 20 games played last season. Compare that to 26 games played in 2023-24, his rookie campaign. He only gave up 12. Niagara with the puck at the goal line. McDonald back to the middle. Poked away. Mitchell Becker has the puck now. Top wheel, now back, deep in. Stepping in, pushing it wide is Tyson Zimmer. Now back out in front, Niagara with the puck. Wrist shot, nice save by Cole Moore off the stick and out into the netting for a whistle and a stoppage of play. Tell you what, a clean look jersey-wise for Niagara, but it is impossible to see their numbers. A gray stripe across their midsection with purple numbers. But a dark gray stripe and purple numbers, tough to see who players are, especially with a deep look across the ice. Back up to Rollison at the top, middle point. Down to the left wing, and back up to the top is Andy Rest. Rollison on the left point as well. Bowling Green down 2 men for the next 40 seconds. Down a man at least for the next minute. Down to the goal line on the right wing. Crossover, Connor Levis with the puck and clears it outside of the zone. A good clear by the rookie for Bowling Green, and they get a fresh set on the ice. Walls takes it up, left wing for Niagara. Just inside the blue line, looks for a pass now. To the right point, skating in, wrist shot blocked by Bowling Green. Now back to Ross Rollison, leaves it back. Taking it through the middle is Rest. Back to Rollison on the right wing, and he'll turn it back around. Wallace at the top point. Bowling Green in the triangle formation. Crossing pass in the middle, but hits a Bowling Green stick and away. Down behind the goal line. Bowling Green's going to get a man back here in a second. Now they're just a man down as Noah Morneau comes off of the box. Quick wrist shot. It's in the middle for Niagara. They don't get a shot. Here's a slap shot and a good save by Cole Moore. Morneau gets tangled up in the back. Wallace skates around for Niagara. Jake Sloan knocks it down. It's cleared out by Bowling Green. And they're going to get Quinn Emerson out of the box here in a second. So a successful penalty kill. Down 2 men there for about 40 seconds. Well, over that, about a minute and 10 seconds, 40 seconds of just 1 man extra. Now back into the zone, Niagara. Even strength for Bowling Green and Niagara. 7:50 left to play in the first period. 4 shots on goal for the Purple Eagles. Puck over in front, jumping to grab it is the Purple Eagle, but he can't drop it back down. Brockhoff shoots it in. Simonovic gets his stick on it, backhands it away to the center of Bowling Green's ice. Now back out to center. BG clears it out. Minville to Jaden Grant. Grant backhands it in. Brockhoff stops it, and Niagara takes it up the left wing now. Looking to get it outside of their zone. Ryman pokes it back in. Roloffs coaxes it away. And Niagara will just take the puck and sit back there for a second. Forecheck for Connor Levis. This forecheck for Bowling Green really being a pest for Niagara. Forcing the puck out of their own zone. Wallace puts a big hit on the Bowling Green player. They get the puck free. Now Wallace up the right wing. He's pushed. Slaps the puck into the zone. Brett Foe slaps it back around the net. Referee got hit there a little bit more than the Niagara player did. Way up the ice. Bowling Green looking to touch it first and avoid icing. They do. Now here's Rest. Rest up to the right wing. Spencer Young on the right wing. Back up to the blue line. Niagara with the puck down. Ivan Korodiak in there. Bowling Green gets the puck away. Brody Waters takes it outside the blue line, up at center ice now. He's got Breck McKinley with him. McKinley slaps it into the O-zone. Bowling Green goes for a change. Cherry picking a bit is Tyson Zimmer, but Bowling Green gets the puck back in their own zone as Niagara has to touch up as they were offsides. Down the right wing, Breck McKinley shoots it in, goes for a change. Niedermeyer in there. Back up to center ice, Bowling Green with the puck, and now back into their D zone. Braden Crampton backhands it in. Jackson Niedermeyer chases the puck, now down to the left wing, Nemo. Right winger for Niagara. 2 assists in the game against St. Lawrence. The 5-2 victory for Niagara gives them a 1-0 record on the season. Only 1 game played. This is their 2nd game played. Niedermeyer leaves it back for Minville. Minville crosses it into the middle. Looked like Duran tried to get enough of a skate on it to direct it toward the net, but it's covered up by Deves Roloffs, the Latvian native. We're going to get our first media timeout of the 2025-2026 season. This timeout sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, located at 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee and craft beer, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. 0-0 the score between Bowling Green and Niagara with 5:25 left to play in the first period. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Check out recaps of this and every BGSU hockey match online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Face off in the O-zone for Bowling Green. Jaden Grant in the circle for the Falcons, going up against Glebs Prorenkros of Niagara. Ben Clark here from the Falcon Media Sports Network in Dwyer Arena at Niagara Falls. Just about a 15-minute drive from Niagara Falls here in New York. Two-game series for Bowling Green against Niagara today and then tomorrow at 5. Jaden Grant wins the face-off. Norris can't keep it inside the blue line, though. It's back out to center. Norris playing alongside Breck McKinley on the first line, but now joined by Jack Blake. His lines have been scrambled quite a bit as the match has progressed. Jack Blake slaps it forward. Niagara with the puck now. Out to the left wing. Prorenkros back to the point. Back in is Noah Hackett. Down to the left wing corner. Jack Blake pressuring the puck. Still skating around with it is Prorenkros. Centering pass taken away by Dominic Ryman. The 1-on-2 the other way. Looks to break through but can't. Jaden Grant takes a big hit. Niagara gathers and settles it down. Ethan Lund with the puck back in his own zone. Playing with Ross Rolson. Some of the most experience in the AHA on a defensive unit. Ethan Lund, a senior and captain. Ross Rolson, a junior and alternate captain. Up to the right point, shot in. Cleanup attempt by Niagara, and it looks to be covered up by Cole Moore. Some pleasantries being exchanged on the blue paint of Bowling Green's end. 4:18 left to play in the first period. 7 unofficial shots on goal for Niagara. That should be 8-2 for Bowling Green. Both of them coming relatively early. Crampton and Simonovic check off for the Falcons. On comes Korodiak and Breck McKinley, it looks like. Korodiak and McKinley played together as a pair in the exhibition match. Korodiak put with Jack Blake today, but Jack Blake playing a second ago with Dalton Norris, so we'll see how that progresses throughout the game. Brett Foe to McKinley. McKinley along the center line to his line mate. Waters back around behind the goal line, back out to the blue line, wings it across to McKinley. McKinley takes a step in, high wheel, down behind the goal. Waters presses up his man. McKinley, as it's Mallet, gets the puck back to his defenseman. Brockhoff back up to Mallet. Mallet off the glass into the Bowling Green zone. Korodiak will be the first there for the Falcons. Up to Duran. Duran gets the puck slapped away. It's up to center ice. Duran to the left wing. Noah Morneau just couldn't handle it enough. Could have got a shot off there for a second. Duran with the puck down behind the goal line. Morneau crosses it, and Simonovic was out of position. Norris going to get an interference penalty there, I believe. He went for a bump against Tyson Zimmer, maybe. And the Bowling Green captain's going to get sent off for 2 on interference. Bowling Green's going to get their second official penalty kill of the game, although 5-on-4 for Niagara. Oh, it looks like we're going to get 2. You're going to get Spencer Young sent off as well. Didn't see exactly what happened to Spencer Young, another alternate captain, a sophomore. But we're going to get 4-on-4 hockey here at Dwyer Arena. First 4-on-4 of the season as well for the Falcons in their first game of the season. In the circle is Dominic Ryman going up against Jacob Mallett. Mallett, a sophomore out of Dundas, Ontario. Transfer from St. Francis University. Taking it up the right wing is Simonovic. Simonovic takes it almost to the Falcons' offensive blue line. Dominic Ryman looking to get the puck away from Mitchell Becker. Becker at the blue line, wings it back down to Niagara. Crossing pass from Niagara won't land, and now Bowling Green takes the puck. Ryman out to center, back to Ryman. Ryman's got one man to beat out to the left wing, and he loses enough control of the puck to make something happen. Jonathan Ziske pressing him up against the boards. Hodson back to Ryman. Ryman to McKinley. McKinley and Crampton, the two D-men. Crampton with the puck on the right wing. High right wing. Now Hodson gives it to the left wing. Shot in. Oh, just wide, and a nice shot there by Jeremy Minville. Back down into the Bowling Green end. Crampton collects. Still 4-on-4 for the next minute until Spencer Young and Dalton Norris come out of the box. Niagara forces it back into the Bowling Green zone. Karodiak's there behind Colmore in net for the Falcons. It's taken away by Jaden Grant to the right wing. Menville with the puck, shot in, wide right of Roloff's in the goal for Niagara. Back out to the point, shot in, stick blocked, and that stick is in half. Thankfully, the Niagara player was right next to his bench. We'll just grab a new stick. That was Andy Rest. Niagara's got the puck behind their own goal. 25 seconds left to play in 4-on-4 before Norris and Spencer Young come out of their penalty boxes. Brockhoff looks to clear it into the Bowling Green zone, but it's slapped back at him. He's got it in his D zone now. Zimmer fights for the puck with Ben Duran. Brockhoff to the right side. Rest gets it up the ice. Bowling Green keeps it inside the blue line. Now it clears back out. The Falcons will have to touch up. Back to full strength, 5-on-5. Spencer Young quickly out of the box. He skates, catches a body there. Braden Crampton takes him out of the play. Simonovic behind the goal line for Bowling Green. Niagara with the puck. Brett Foe looked like he got his stick a bit low there. Might have got away with a tripping call, though it might have been a weak one. Max Martin pushes it into the zone. Brett Foe there down at the goal line, and he's pressed up against the boards. Spencer Young in to peel the puck away. Jake Sloan in there as well. Max Martin does take the puck away. He's forced down to the ice. Young clears it back around. Norris is the first one there for the Falcons. His pass to McKinley outside of the blue line, so Bowling Green will have to get back. McKinley lofts it in. Big hit there. Prokofiev is bumped. Roloffs directs this shot away from him. Brockhoff with the puck, left wing, up to center ice, and McKinley can't settle it down for the Falcons. It'll be an icing against Niagara and a face-off back in the O-zone of Bowling Green. Just 6 seconds left to play in the first period. No score, and it looks like it's going to end that way for the Falcons. But they are going to get a change. Niagara's not going to. Looks like Duran, Hodson, Norris, Ryman, and Breck McKinley on for the Falcons. Ryman on the right, Duran for the draw, Hodson on the left wing. 6 seconds left to play in the first period, enough for a face-off, maybe one shot, two if you're lucky for the Falcons. In his second line centerman, Spencer Young for the face-off against Ben Duran. Referee's going to step in. Both something dead. Dominic Ryman looked like he was encroaching a little bit too much on the circle. Oh, Ben Duran's going to get kicked out of the wheel. Looks Spencer Young was the one to actually get moved out. Dominic Ryman in for the faceoff. Lost to Niagara. They will take the puck behind their goal, and that will close out the first period of play in the 2025-26 season for Bowling Green hockey. No score through one period of play. 7 shots on goal, though, for Niagara, only 2 for the Falcons, and 2 successful penalty kills for Bowling Green as the start to their season. You are listening to Bowling Green Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
On September 17, 2025, BGSU volleyball swept the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, marking head coach Alex Del Piombo's first home win, leading the Falcons. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak had the call of the moment at the Stroh Center.
Anderson to Otten to Hobson. Hobson throws it down. A 3-set sweep for Bowling Green and the 2025 home opener, and the first home win for head coach Alex Del Piombo.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Falcon Media Sports Network and BG Falcon Media takes pictures from nearly all BGSU and Bowling Green related
Some
events
people
throughout
won't
the
give you
year.
the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
On September 5th, 2025, BGSU men's soccer forward Trace Terry found the back of the net with a spectacular goal within the first 5 minutes of the match to defeat Michigan State 1-0, marking the second straight season the Falcons defeated the Spartans. Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer had the call of the goal on the WBGU PBS YouTube channel livestream.
Suarez will look along for Terry. He's going to find Terry. He's going to take it on the bounce. The left foot shot is in! Oh, what a strike from Trace Terry! 1-0 Bowling Green!
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Falcon Hockey on the radio at 88.1 FM and streaming online at bgfalconmedia.com.
First intermission report brought to you by Rick Crow, longtime BGSU hockey fan and listener of Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM. No score through one period of play, the first 20 minutes of action in the 2025-26 campaign for Falcon Hockey. And a pretty polarizing first period, quite honestly. Not too much offense coming from the Falcons. 3 unofficial shots on goal through that first period, and twice on the penalty kill. Penalties 3 times, actually. Noah Morneau and Dalton Norris and Quinn Emerson, Morneau and Emerson within about 20 seconds of each other, and the Falcons with a strong penalty kill down 2 men. That was a very good sign of the defense this season, especially seeing freshman Connor Levis on that penalty kill, who made a couple of very nice clears and a couple of very nice defensive plays. The defensemen as well, Simonovic and Braden Crampton, look very strong on the penalty kill. Nice to see Jack Blake with some time out there as well. But it was a start to Bowling Green's season that in the exhibition match and now against Niagara, penalties have plagued them a bit. Exhibition, it was a lot of too many men on the ice, mainly because they played almost every player on the entire roster, but also a lot of physicality plays, which you can get away with. You know, the charging calls, the boarding calls are just products of playing the game in a harsh way. These penalties for Bowling Green, a couple of them reaches, a couple of them trips, a couple of the minutes reaches, a couple of the minutes trips, and Morneau, Norris, and Emerson all serving too for more gameplay things and less physicality things, which is something definitely that you want to limit if you're Bowling Green, and being able to stay out of the penalty box and getting as many offensive opportunities as you can. On the side of the offense, you did see quite a bit of puck possession for Bowling Green, but a lot of neutral puck possession where neither team really had control of the puck very long. Niagara has been able to bring up some pretty solid shot opportunities when they come into the Bowling Green zone, although the time in the Bowling Green zone is probably about the same amount of time Bowling Green spent in the Niagara zone, maybe a little bit more for Niagara. But Bowling Green has just not been able to get as many shots off. Impressive parts of their game, especially for the Falcons, has been the defense, the penalty kill, and that's going to be something to look for in the second period, is looking for that offense to really take a step forward, especially, as we mentioned in pregame, the right wingers of Emerson Waters and Max Martin, and being able to get in front of the net, get some cleanup shots, and being able to score goals in a way that was very effective for Bowling Green last season, and that was right in front of that blue paint. Willie's probably not going to be happy with the total amount of shots for Bowling Green. 3 total shots. Felt like a couple of more could have been registered than that, but even probably less than 5, and that's not to the level that Bowling Green's Dennis Williams likes to see. He likes that big shot volume, and especially when you want to clean up on second or third chances in front of the goal, you got to be able to put up very strong shots. 8 saves, no goals allowed for Bowling Green goaltender Cole Moore. Deeves Roloffs for Niagara, 3 saves, no goals allowed, both goaltenders with 20 minutes of play. Although Cole Moore certainly more impressive, given that he was making some very strong saves in front of Bowling Green's or behind Bowling Green's defense on the penalty kills. The penalties officially, as the stats have been handed to me, Spencer Young for Niagara did get a penalty. It was 4-on-4 there for a minute. Dalton Norris caught an interference. Spencer Young caught it for embellishment, so both served 2 minutes. The Falcons got bailed out there, but the 5-on-3 is pretty much the most exciting thing that happened in this first period, especially for Niagara, and the Purple Eagles were not able to capitalize on that 2-man advantage for about 40 seconds, and then about 40 seconds probably of 1-man advantage before Bowling Green was able to finally clear it and get Quinn Emerson back on the ice. So looking for those 2 things that we said in pregame to definitely improve as this game wears on. Shots on goal and collecting on second and third attempts. And this offense for Bowling Green that's going to see some growing pains earlier in the season, especially with 6 new forwards in the lineup and 2 new defensemen. The offense is going to be a little bit slow to start, but getting it started as early as you can is going to be beneficial, considering Niagara today and tomorrow, and then you head into an exhibition game next week, and then you head right into the CCHA play against Lake Superior State. So you want to get everything moving as quick as you can. Did also see a couple of players switch back and forth between lines, especially on the defensive side, but some on the offensive side, and Jeremy Minville given a good amount of time both on the power play and in high offensive opportunities, especially after icings when Bowling Green had face-offs in the O zone. 0-0 the score through 20 minutes of play here in Dwyer Arena in Niagara. We'll give you around the CCHA and around college hockey come the Marta Crow second intermission report, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. And we'll bring you back here in just a few moments for the second period of action in Bowling Green's season. Falcons versus the Purple Eagles of Niagara next on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Falcon Media Sports Network will have an in-studio pregame show for all football broadcasts this season, beginning approximately 25 minutes before the kickoff for each game. Make sure to tune in on Falcon Radio for our newly extended coverage.
Here's that song again! Here's that song again! For the 100th time today, here's that song again! It's gonna be stuck in your head all day! Yay! Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What kind of help does the IRS have for identity theft victims?
If you suspect you're a victim of tax-related identity theft, go to irs.gov/identity theft to learn how to prevent potential refund fraud and protect your tax account. At the IRS, combating tax-related identity theft is a top priority, and we are committed to prevention, detection, and assisting victims. And we're working with law enforcement to catch the criminals. For more info, go to irs.gov/identity theft to learn what the IRS is doing to help protect you.
On February 21st, 2025, BGSU men's basketball upset Toledo at Savage Arena for the first time since 2021, defeating the Rockets 69-68. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz had the call of the game-winning moment on Falcon Radio.
Johnson inbounds to Campbell. They do not foul. Bowling Green marches into Savage Arena, exacts revenge on the Toledo Rockets, and gets a much-needed conference victory over their arch rivals, defeating Toledo 69-68. What an improbable win for the Bowling Green Falcons.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
For the second straight year, Falcon Media Sports Network is partnering with WBGU PBS to broadcast Falcon men's and women's soccer matches. Tune into WBGU PBS YouTube's live streams to hear Lucas Kleinmeyer, Henry Costco, and other Falcon Media Sports Network talent on the call.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey. We're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book, because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee, because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
On September 28, 2025, BGSU women's soccer's Lizzie Boltnick scored her first goal in 2 years in a 4-0 win over Central Michigan. She later earned a brace in the win. Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco had the call of her first strike.
Once around Boltnick, going to have a lot of space here on this side. She's going to be on the breakaway. The 2-on-1. Borgman has to get back towards the goal, and she's got to put it forward over the head of Borgman and in. Lizzie Boltnick. Unbelievable. Taking advantage of Borgman being up near the midfield line.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network feature call.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM in Bowling Green, Ohio. Check out more Falcon athletic coverage on X at BG_FMSN.
Back here in Dwyer Arena in Niagara Falls, New York. Bowling Green and Niagara tied 0-0 after 20 minutes of play in the first game of the 2025-26 season for the Falcons. Ben Quack here from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Bowling Green has two other athletics going on currently. It's Bowling Green volleyball and Bowling Green men's soccer. Men's soccer plays Bradley today, starting in just a few minutes, probably about 10 minutes at 7 p.m. around there. And Bowling Green volleyball currently leads 1-0 over Northern Illinois in their second match of the week against Northern Illinois. Took a dominating win yesterday, surprisingly enough, without Amanda Otten and Lauren Hovey, who are both out due to injury. Currently trailing by 5 here in the second set, but still early in the second set. So that broadcast is on Falcon Radio, streaming on bgfalconmedia.com. Andrew Smith and Aiden Bruick with Bowling Green Volleyball and Bowling Green Men's Soccer. Lucas Kleinmeyer will be on the call on WBGU PBS YouTube channel. So go there to watch the Bowling Green Men's Soccer game. Falcons and Purple Eagles back out onto the ice. Starting lineups back as well. Ben Duran in the circle for the Falcons with Morneau and Quinn Emerson. Emerson just getting into it a little bit there with Declan McDonald. McDonald will move over into the circle now and take the face-off. The draw is won by Niagara, although Noah Morneau got his stick on it. Back out to Breck McKinley, back on the defensive side of Bowling Green. He forces it back into the O-zone. Not too much offense in the first period for the Falcons. Only 2 unofficial shots on goal. At the point, dished across by Bowling Green. Now here's Simonovic. Takes a step down to the goal line, spins it back around, loses control of the puck, and Niagara will look to clear it outside of their blue line. Looking to guard is Simonovic. It's picked up by McDonald. He'll flip it in. Cole Moore does not play the puck. McKinley goes around the left side of the net. Leaves it for Simonovic to play. Morneau flips it off the center ice. He had Quinn Emerson there, who was streaking almost wide open, but it was cut off by Niagara. Off of Emerson's stick, way down into Niagara's zone. Forces it back up into center ice. Mallet with the puck, discs it in. Colmore will let it go, and it's McKinley. Discs it to Simonovic. To Hodson, back over, just across the nose of Cole Moore. Back out into center ice. Jaden Grant with the puck now. On the left wing, dumps it in. Tyler Hodson will skate in. Roloffs plays the puck. Hodson skates around him. Karodiak with a shot in. It's saved by Roloffs. Bowling Green still in the O-zone. Niagara finally high in the air, flips it out. Dalton Norris grabs the puck. Captain for Bowling Green. Pretty good offensive defenseman last season as well. Norris, 2 goals, 15 assists, 17 total points. Led all Bowling Green defensemen. Gustav Sternberg just a bit behind, but missing 4 games last year due to injury. Making a slide in, Nemo with a good play and a better defensive play by Connor Levis just to get a stick on it. Centering pass by Niagara is cut off by Dominic Ryman, and it's outside of the Bowling Green zone quickly. Ryman on the left wing. Tries to wing it into the center. So the puck back out to the point. Foe down to the goal line. Playing it is Levis. Levis to the right wing. I think that's Crampton that took a step in to play the puck. Jaden Grant back out. Sorry, that's Brody Waters to play the blue line. Now Bowling Green with the puck back. Breck Foe to the right wing. A little bit of open space in front of Connor Levis. Over to the middle. Waters flows in, but Roloffs covers the puck. Freezes play here with 17:26 left to play in the second period, and still no score. Better offense there from Bowling Green. 3 shots on goal through the first period. Already 3 more just in the last 2.5 minutes for the Falcons to start the second period. Also helps when you're not in the box, which was a decent amount of Bowling Green's time in the first. No power plays in the first period, but a penalty kill and a 4-on-4 for the Falcons. Brett Foe takes it through middle. He gets his pocket picked. Now Waters does the same to Niagara. Crampton looks to fire it in. He does, all the way back around. Simonovic, the Miami transfer, steps in, puts it down. Bowling Green loses the puck. Niagara's forward gets it out. Simonovic will chase back. 2 Purple Eagles back in as well. A good ring around pass from Simonovic. Crampton has to turn the puck back around, wait for Max Martin to get back on sides, which he does. Roll-offs to his right wing. Now back around. Collision there on the right boards. Niedermeyer fires it across the slot. Nobody there to pick it up on the other side. Now a crossing pass into Niedermeyer in the middle. Just enough of a stick by Niagara. Back out to Dalton Norris, and the pass just long for him. He couldn't hold it inside the blue line. Orange and brown will touch up. Jake Sloan, caught offside was Noah Morneau. He was wide open, even if he was onside. It's a two freshman breakaway, Jake Sloan and Noah Morneau. But it's waved off, and the faceoff will come outside of the O-zone for Bowling Green. Duran in the wheel loses the faceoff to Niagara. Two very strong faceoff teams. 10 wins for Niagara, only 6 for the Falcons. Malik gets pressed up against the boards. Duran skates in the corner to take the puck. McDonald in there, Mallett as well. McDonald takes it away. Centering pass off the stick, high in the air. Kept in by Mitchell Becker. Senior defenseman for Niagara. Puck in front of the blue paint. Morneau takes it away. Down behind the goal line. Breck McKinley behind Cole Moore in net for the Falcons. Down to the goal line again. McDonald's living back there the last couple of seconds. Now Mallett behind the goal line. Duran kicks it back around from outside the goal line. McKinley back down and around. Norris will have some room to gather the puck. Off the boards, out to Morneau. Morneau to Quinn Emerson, but it's intercepted. Next to the Bowling Green bench, dumped down into Roloff's end. Niagara striking left to right across the radio dial. Krodig with the puck. Dangerous pass across the nose of Cole Moore and into Tyler Hodson on the left wing. Takes it inside the offensive blue line. Dom Ryman with the puck behind the goal line. Back up to Morneau. Morneau shot wide right of the goal. Nice one. Don't think it got a piece of Roloff's in net. 14:40 left to play in the first period. Still, and the second period, still no score. There's a shot by Spencer Young, but it's off of the stick of Cole Moore into the netting. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off next to Cole Moore. Ten total shots, 6 shots on goal now for Bowling Green. 16 total shots, 8 shots on goal for Niagara. 8 saves for Cole Moore, 6 saves for Deves Roloffs. In the circle, Connor Levis for the draw for Bowling Green. One there by the Falcons. Waters with the puck on the right wing, mugged by Glebs Perenkros. A nominee and a award winner for the Defensive Forward of the Year award for the AHA last season. An impressive defensive forward as well as contributes offensively and in the face-off circles as well. Bowling Green center ice. Getting knocked down there was Brody Waters. He was down for a second, got back up, goes back at the puck. It's pinned in front of the Niagara bench. Waters comes away with it. He's pinned away, and now Niagara will take it. Brett Foe striking in, gets his stick on it, but Niagara with the puck. Takes it through center, out to the right wing, Wallace. Wallace to the left wing. Settled down, now cross over into the center and a good defensive play. Jack Blake to kick it away to the right boards. Simonovic up, flips it for Jake Sloan. Sloan slides in. Battling with Noah Hackett behind the goal line in the O-zone for the Falcons. Offensive flurry in the first couple of minutes of the second period and settled down offensively for Bowling Green since then. Korodiak pass across. Korodiak battling in deep in front of the blue paint with Roloffs, and now it's pulled away by Niagara. Center ice, Niedermeyer loses the battle, but it's back into Bowling Green's end, and they'll get clean possession. Forces the puck out quick, up off the skate, or the stick, I should say, of Max Martin and into the Bowling Green bench. So we'll have a face-off in front of Niagara's bench, it looks like. 13 minutes left to play in the second period. Still no score. Last time Bowling Green and Niagara met was in 2012. It was a 3-0 Bowling Green victory, sparked by a shutout. Falcons will take the draw to the right of Cole Moore. Ethan Lund with the shot in off of the stick of Moore. That goes into the net outside of the field of play. Crampton getting into it a little bit there with Maxim Murinov. Murinov wearing number 15, the freshman out of Moscow, Russia. Chip in there with the British Columbian native Braden Crampton. Looks like Crampton might be sent off. Nope, he's just going to go back, get a new stick. Yeah, it looked like he did snap his stick there. Would have been weird to send Crampton and not Murinov. Nevertheless, into the draw, Bender in. Face-offs up to a 12-6 lead for Niagara. To the middle, slap shot Mallet. Now back out. Minville will have to chase. Quinn Emerson, a quick skater, is pushed away from the puck. So he was looking in. Niagara flips it into the zone, goes to chase. Wallace is taken away from the puck on a good pass. McKinley in there. Duran comes up with the puck, takes it behind his net, and he'll grab some space. Quick pass up to Minville. Minville dumps it in the zone. Quinn Emerson will be the first Falcon in. Puts a hit on Niagara. Now to the middle. Duran couldn't get a shot off, although he was walking down the slot. Behind the goal again. Niagara with the puck. Looking to get it outside their blue line. They do. Oh, what a good move there by Spencer Young. Takes it up the left wing. Norris will be the first player into the puck and then just narrowly avoids a hit. That might be an icing against the Falcons. It is. It'll be a face-off back into BG's zone. They won't get a change either. So Norris avoided the hit. Didn't complete the pass cleanly. And the Falcons will skate tired for a minute. At least they can clear it. They do have the long change now. They have to skate across the entire neutral zone, essentially, to get to their own bench. So, an unfortunate aspect of second period icings. Still 0-0, just under 12 minutes left to play in the second period. Simonovic off the glass. Couldn't get it outside of the zone. A good play by Jonathan Ziske to keep it in. We're going to get a hand pass on Niagara, looks like. And the face-off will exit the zone. So Bowling Green will get a change now. Lucked out there. 11:45 left to play in the second period. Only one other CCHA team playing before 7 o'clock. That was Northern Michigan, who's down 3-0 to Ohio State. Ohio State's Max Montez and Felix Karen score the only goals. Karen with 2 and Max Montez with 1. Bowling Green plays Ohio State later this season in a home-and-home. Also Notre Dame, another non-conference opponent. Princeton as well. Puck pinned up behind Niagara's goal. Back out to Breck McKinley. McKinley is shot in, is stick blocked by Marshall Finney. Finney, a big hockey family. Emmett Finney made his debut with the Red Wings yesterday. That's Marshall Finney's younger brother. Just 19 years old. Marshall Finney only 20, the 6'2" freshman out of Lethbridge, Alberta, as the face-off heads back down into Bowling Green's own zone. Connor Levis will take it. Brody Waters to his left. Brett Foe to his right. And Norris and McKinley on the blue line. So it looks like Jack Blake actually. Defensive line still getting mixed up quite a bit, depending on who's tired, who needs to be out there, what offense they need. Roloffs covers this off quickly right off of the faceoff. So about a 3-minute, 11th minute here, as there's still 11:14 left to play in the second period. First whistle after the 10-minute mark will be a Juniper Brewing Company timeout. And for the draw again, Levis. Levis just a freshman, the draft capital of the Winnipeg Jets. Long pass up to Marshall Finney. Finney down the right wing. His shot in is off the stick of Braden Crampton. Playing defense for Bowling Green, into the net, and we'll get a face-off in the Bowling Green zone now. Levis played with the Vancouver Giants last season in the Western Hockey League. 64 games played, 56 points, only 6 penalty minutes. And again, as I mentioned, drafted in the 7th round by Winnipeg in the 2023 entry draft. Pass up to Norris, a little bit long for him. He gets a stick on it, but it's turned back over. Declan McDonald, a good pass, shot, and a score. Maxim Murinoff, after a beautiful pass by Declan McDonald. And Niagara takes a 1-0 lead with 11 minutes left to play in the second period. Very nice shot just under the left wing of Cole Moore. First goal given up on the season for the Falcons. 6th goal scored of the season for Niagara. Breaks the ice here in the Dwyer Arena. Now Bowling Green's chasing 1-0. Bowling Green with the puck. Out to center. Jake Sloan to the left wing. Quick shot. Jeremy Minville is blocked and kicked away from roll-offs. Now pass up is just long. Back in central ice, Niagara puts it into the O-zone just barely, and Bowling Green clears it out quickly. Minville, good pass to the right wing. Quinn Emerson, high shot, and roll-offs lets it go. Around to the point. Kurodiak doesn't have to hold the puck in. Oh, that puck is flipped way out of play, and Murinoff went a little bit high of the boards, and the fan's going to come away with a souvenir. Wholesale change for Bowling Green. And no change for Niagara, as it was their error in flipping the puck away. Pretty even distribution across the forward lines for Bowling Green. Niedermeyer, Sloan, and Martin probably seen the least amount of time. Morneau takes the face-off here for Bowling Green. Centerman playing with Brody Waters and Brett Foe. Normally Noah Morneau left wing on the second line, but again, being juggled around a little bit here. Blake can't hold it in side the blue line. Simonovic up off of the stick of what looked like Bowling Green and Niagara. Tough call to make there by the referee as it goes into the netting. Waters getting a bit tangled up there with Ray Murakami, and we're going to have our second media timeout of the season for Bowling Green hockey. Timeout sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, proud creators of the Ale Ziggy Zumba, a light ale made in collaboration with BG Athletics, a fan favorite in the Madhouse on Mercer, also available at 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green. For latest menus and Juniper Brewing Company details, go to juniperbrew.com. 10 minutes left to play in the second period, 1-0 lead for Niagara following the Maxim Murinoff goal just a moment ago. You're listening to Bowling Green Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Imagine home. The smell of coffee, the sound of a lawnmower, the sun's warmth on your face. Free to be yourself, surrounded by love that helps you grow. This is a place to call home. That's an American dream we all deserve. But in 50% of U.S. states, you could legally be denied housing if you are LGBTQ+. Get the facts and hear real stories at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Whether the Falcons are at the Slater Family Ice Arena or out on the road, the Falcon Media Sports Network is covering them all season long.
1-0 lead for Niagara. 10 minutes left to play in the second period. Goal just a moment ago at the 9:08 mark into the second period by Maxim Murnoff. His first goal of the season, his second point, along with an assist. And the game last week against St. Lawrence, that was a 5-2 win for Niagara. They're 1-0. Looking for their second win, first win at home as well. Another shot in by Bowling Green, gloved and held onto by Roloffs as he'll freeze play. Bowling Green had a turnover there that led to the goal, but a 2-on-1 breakaway the other way for Niagara. Declan McDonald on the right wing, flipped it over to the center of the ice, and Murnoff was all alone with Cole Moore and put it right under Cole Moore's left wing. Face off to the left of Roloffs in the Niagara zone. Bowling Green looking to put some offense together. Out to the blue line, held in by Crampton. Crampton down to the goal line, out to Dom Ryman, but it won't get there. It's intercepted by Niagara. They accidentally flip it into the Bowling Green bench, and we'll get another face-off to the left of Deeves Roloffs. Roloffs, a sophomore, had only 2 games played in 2024-25. Lost to St. Lawrence and Union College, allowed 7 goals through 2 starts, all goals on even strength. And the win versus St. Lawrence, 2 goals allowed, 20 saves, and a .909 save percentage. A pretty solid first performance and the first win for Deeves Roloffs. And a goalie room with Mitchell Day and Thomas Anderson. Mitchell Day, a junior, only 6 games played as a freshman 2 years ago. Only 2 games played last season as a sophomore for Mitchell Day. And Thomas Anderson, a freshman out of the Bismarck Bobcats in the NAHL. Puck back into the Bowling Green end, crossed out in front. Good defensive play there by Jeremy Minville to take the puck away and take Parenkros out of the play as well. Shot goes high from Ross Rollison into the net. And another face-off, this time in the end of Bowling Green. While the Falcons will get second change. 9:19 left to play in the second period. 12 shots on goal for Niagara, 9 for the Falcons, and a 1-0 lead for the Purple Eagles on the Maxim Murnoff goal. They're giving an assist to Declan McDonald, who had the direct pass, and then Ray Murakami as well. Quick shot there from Niagara and gloved and held onto by Cole Moore. Murnoff leads Niagara in shots with 3, shots on goal with 3 as well. Bowling Green's shot leader is Ivan Korodiak. He also tied for the lead in shots on goal with 2, along with Brody Waters. Korodiak had some very solid shifts last season as well. This one finds his way through the legs of Korodiak over to Colmore, and he'll glove it again. And we'll try for the 3rd straight faceoff in the Falcon end. 13 faceoff wins for Bowling Green, 19 for Niagara. Faceoff back behind the goal of the Falcons. Korodiak gets tied up. Back around is Murnoff. Murnoff back to the goal line. Korodiak, good defense, gets it back away, out to the blue line of Niagara. Winning it across. Becker down to the goal line, taken away by Dominic Ryman. Poked away. Puck spending a lot of time behind the goal line in the Falcon end. Shot in. Oh, nice glove by Cole Moore. There was Murnoff in front trying to redirect it. Under 9 left to play in the second period now. We went about 7 minutes in the first period without a whistle. And now we're getting from about the last 3 minutes of gameplay. Had quite a few stoppages. Face-off won there by the Falcons. Simonovic off the half wall, out of play. And it'll come back into the Falcon end. Really getting the practice in on the draws here. And the Bowling Green end. Cole Moore, the face-off still to his left. The only returner in the goaltender room for Bowling Green. Tyler Palmer, a transfer from the Alberta Golden Bears. Also played with the Everett Silvertips from 2022 to 2024. Their goaltender, Jacob Steinman. Here's a pass up. Brett Foe all alone with Roloffs. His shot is saved by Roloffs. Quick shot on the rebound there from Bowling Green. The best chance of the day for the Falcons, and Brett Foe can't nail it home. Outlet pass there. Simonovic cuts it off. Brett Foe taking it back into the O zone again. Looks to drag it toward the center of the ice. It's poked away by Niagara. It's in the O zone still for Bowling Green, but it's back out to Niagara. Deep pass. Will clear away. Nicholas Nemo. Centering pass. Shot in to Cole Moore. He drops it in his kicker. And he'll go for a face-off. That was a flurry of offense there for a minute. A deep pass by Bowling Green as Brett Foe split the defense. Walked right up to Roloffs and made a good move. Just couldn't put it past him. The save of the game so far. 10 saves for Deeves Roloffs. Bowling Green creeping up and shots on goal. Ethan Lund, defenseman. Pass across, missed Wallace. Wallace a slap shot, nabbed out of the air by Cole Moore. Looked like it hit off his chest protector up in the air and then gloved and held on to. 8 minutes left to play in the second period. 1-0. Niagara leads. Benderan will head to the circle for Bowling Green. Minville spending a lot of time on the ice for the Falcons with a lot of different lines. He's played fairly well, especially offensively. Quinn Emerson takes the puck and a body into neutral ice, so we'll get a whistle. Emerson's getting into it with a couple of Purple Eagles now. Just the same with Minville. And they're in front of the Bowling Green bench, so not the place you really want to get scrappy with the Falcons. No referee decisions coming out of this. Face-off will come on the left wing dot of Niagara heading into Bowling Green's end. Just right of center across your radio dial. Ben Duran in the wheel. Wins the face-off back. Good puck control by the Falcons. Breck McKinley forces it up to Jeremy Minville. Duran takes the puck up the right wing. He takes a pretty solid hit. And it looked like Nicholas Nemo fell more off of his skates than Duran did. Shot in, the puck's in front. On the doorstep of Roloffs, and it's kicked behind. Niagara will look to clear it outside the blue line, and they do. Crampton will look to be the first back. Fakes one pass, pushed back behind the goal line. McKinley grabs the puck. Up to Duran, shot in as the pass is long from Duran, and Colmore kicks it away. And the puck goes into the Niagara bench now. About 15 minutes taken up between the 11-minute mark, about the time that Murinoff scored his goal, and right now, and only 4 minutes of play time have been elapsed. Perenkovs, Marshall Finney, and Noah Hackett, forwards on the ice for Niagara. Noah Morneau in the wheel with Perenkos. Out to Becker. Mitchell Becker walking in, looks to pass it out to the left wing, but misses Marshall Finney as Finney was streaking in as well. Becker taken away from the play. Simonovic misses a hit enough to get the puck away. Niedermeyer out to center ice. Noah Hackett takes it in. Bowling Green with the puck back. Simonovic to the right wing. Noah Morneau gets past some of the D. Niedermeyer on the left wing. He gets the puck poked away, but has it in the offensive zone. Becker with the puck out to the left wing, center ice. BG takes it. Now Niagara takes it back, left wing. Simonovic will be the first back, pressed up by a couple of forwards from Niagara. Back down the ice into the O-zone of Bowling Green. First back will be Mitchell Becker. Right defenseman, the first pairing for Niagara, Jonathan Ziski. His line mate, Connor Levis with the puck now in the offensive zone. Working all the way into Roloffs, and Roloffs kicks it away with his stick. Puck back out to center ice. Breck McKinley with it, and Bowling Green was called off sides. Hodson, Ryman, and McKinley all looked on sides, but maybe Ryman just got a little bit too far out. So the faceoff will be just outside of the Falcon O-zone 6 minutes left to play in the second period. Still trailing by 1 are the Falcons. Here in Dwyer Arena on the campus of Niagara University, and just about 15-minute drive from Niagara Falls. First of a 2-game series this weekend between Bowling Green and Niagara, their first meeting since the 2012-2013 season. Both matchups that season in 2012. An overtime tie and win for Bowling Green, 1-0-1 against Niagara in the last 2 matchups. Hodson through center, can't control the puck enough. Nicholas Nemo with it. Now Zimmer. Zimmer back to Nemo. Nemo is shot in, stopped by Cole Moore, covered up. He opts for an icing. Zimmer steps in behind the goal to try and separate some Falcons and Eagles. BG will get a change, so will Niagara. A lot of experience on this Niagara team. They finished 4th in the AHA last season. Lost in the quarterfinals to Army. Both losses, overtime losses, and their win, a 1-score loss, or a 1-score win, so a very tight series against Army. But number 5 Army bested the Niagara Purple Eagles. Bowling Green in the offensive zone. Brett Foe down the right wing, pinned up in the corner. Back up high, a shot in as Brody Waters was fighting for position in front of the blue paint. Hackett dumps it back in. Simonovic with the puck. Good play there to take it away from Finney. Simonovic out. Waters will chase it in. Ethan Lund back in his own zone. The senior defenseman out of Calgary, Alberta, played for the Brooks Bandits and the Alberta Junior Hockey League. Now here's a chance and a big block there by Jack Blake. Niagara just walked down the slot a couple of times the last couple of minutes. Minville tripped up, dropped down to his skates. He gets the puck away. Niagara with it to the left wing. Left back, slap shot blocked by Bowling Green. Now they take the puck away. They got some numbers. A 4-on-3. Jack Blake will peel off and go to the bench. Bowling Green turns it over to Niagara. Niagara back through center. They got a 3-on-3 now. Left it back, shot in. Becker scores. Mitchell Becker walked all the way in. Initial shot hit the post. It was cleaned up on the back end, it looked like. Becker peeled off like he had the goal initially, and somebody mashed it home. We'll see who it's given to. It looks like it might be Murnoff's second of the game. 4:11 left to play in the second period. 2-0 Niagara leads as they're trying to figure out who's going to get credit for the goal. Looks like officially Mitchell Becker did hit the pipe. Maxim Murnoff is going to get credit for the goal right now. His second of the game, his 3rd point of the season. Second goal of the season as well. The freshman making a big impact on the offense for the Purple Eagles. Colmore now 16 saves, 2 goals allowed. Mallet down behind the goal line. Krodiak's there, pass out in front to the slot. Niagara can't settle it down enough. Back up to the high point, shot off of the skate of Max Martin, I should say, into the netting. Under 4 minutes left to play in the second period. BG trails 2. .33 total shots for Niagara, 22 for Bowling Green. Quite a few of them for both sides coming in this second period. 18 shots on goal for Niagara to 13 for BG unofficially. And 2 of them have found their way through for the home team. Both of them from Maxime Murnoff. Marshall Finney takes it behind the goal of Colmore. Puck turned over, back to Bowling Green, out to the blue line. Pushed back down. McKinley gets it away. Dominic Ryman playing without a stick. McKinley with the puck now. Ryman still playing without a stick. He'll pick it up. Puck outside of the defensive zone of Bowling Green. Cole Moore will shovel it to Simonovic. Simonovic will fire the puck up the ice to Tyler Hodson. Hodson on the left wing, transfer from RPI. One of the leaders in scoring last season for RPI. Transferred to Bowling Green for his junior campaign. Same with Richard Simonovic, the defenseman. Spencer Young across to Zimmer. Zimmer crosses it back to Young, off his skate to Cole Moore. Cole Moore will cover it with the glove. 2:40 left to play in the second period. Be nice for Bowling Green to get a goal here within the next 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Go into the Marta Crow second intermission report. Down only one. Certainly a more manageable deficit. Although a 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, as any hockey player will remind you. Jacob Millett, the sophomore, into the wheel for the draw. Wins it. Ethan Lund, slap shot, kind of fans on it. Brett Foe knocks it down to the goal line. Kurodia gets it out. Connor Levis out to the right wing. Brody Waters pinned up against his own bench. It's in the offensive zone of Bowling Green. Niagara looking to clear it out. They finally do. And Kurodia will gather for the Falcons. Missed Breck McKinley on the pass. It's a 3-on-2 for Niagara. Quick wrist shot. Hit a couple of sticks of Bowling Green. Bounced over Cole Moore, who let it fly. Back out to the point there. Down through the legs of Kurodiak. Rollison gets a bump, gets the puck away. Drop down is Declan McDonald. McDonald had an assist on the first goal. Rested Mitchell Becker the assists on the second goal. Both of them scored by Maxim Murinoff. Now cherry picking on the right boards there. It's taken up through center by Rollison. Rollison, a defenseman, taking it all the way down behind the goal line. Cleared away, and Bowling Green's got 4-on-3 the other way if they can get moving. Couple will go for a change. Emerson takes it in, down past the Niagara goal line. $1:20 left to play in the second period, 2-0. Niagara leads. Simonovic with the puck on the left wing, back up to the point. Connor Levis with a shot wide left of the goal. Crampton now shoots it in off of the leg of one of the Purple Eagles. Simonovic pins it up against the boards. Crampton steps in to guard the blue line as there's still a battle going on the boards. A minute left to play in the second period. Niagara just trying to exit with a 2-goal lead. Deflection there, Jaden Grant got tied up. Behind the goal again, Bowling Green fighting for possession. Grant with the puck again. He's dropped down to the ice. Mitchell Becker catching his body. Puck pinned up against the boards. 40 seconds left to play in the second period. Breck McKinley pulling it out. It's over to Roloffs. The whistle sounds as Roloffs covers it up. About 30 seconds left to play in the second period. Still a 2-goal deficit for the Falcons, who will change second now. Certainly a better offensive performance, better in the face-off circles. More shots, better high-quality chances. The best one coming on a one-on-one breakaway for Brett Foe with roll-offs. That would have been a good one to net. But the Falcons have yet to capitalize on any of their opportunities and trail by 2 goals with 25 seconds left to play in the second. Puck back over to Roloffs. He'll cover it up. We'll get another face-off to his right. Roloff's 13 saves is perfect so far with no goals allowed. Niagara as well has committed only 1 penalty, and that was essentially offsetting. Dalton Norris committed a penalty. Spencer Young given a penalty as well for embellishment. It was 4-on-4, so not even any power plays for the Falcons yet. Flipped up the ice by Niagara. 10 seconds left to play. It looks like Bowling Green's not going to get another offensive chance. Niagara takes it into the zone. A whistle blows. Play is blown dead. The puck's going to be brought back out to center ice. Offside against Niagara. They didn't like it, but 6 seconds left. But the face-off to the Bowling Green defensive side of center ice. Looks like the Falcons are not going to get another offensive chance and are going to head into the second period down 2. Out to center with the puck is Crampton. Crampton a slap shot at the buzzer, and it's kicked away by Roloffs. 2 goals in the second period for Niagara, both of them by Maxim Muranov. Gives them a 2-0 lead over the Falcons through 40 minutes of play. The Mardi Gras second intermission report coming around in just a few moments. You're listening to Bowling Green Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
On August 28th, 2025, BGSU football running back Cameron Petaway returned a kickoff 97 yards for a touchdown on the first play of the season against Lafayette. The second straight year, the Falcons found pay dirt on the first play of the campaign. Falcon Media Sports Network Sean Connolly had the call of the moment on Falcon Radio.
Dumont kicks it away, and we are underway in the 2025 football season, and it will be returned. Looks like he's got an opening, and will we see it again? There he goes. He's at the 50. There he goes for the second straight year. He will be gone. 2 years in a row, Cameron Petaway. Touchdown Falcons. Unbelievable.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
BGSU men's golf travels south down I-75 to Kettering, Ohio's Moraine Country Club to take on the Miami, Ohio Redhawks on Monday, October 13th and Tuesday, October 14th. The matchup will mark the team's first head-to-head competition with a single university this season. Check out bgfalconmedia.com for Falcon Media Sports Network's Aiden Brewick's recap of the match along with other content.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I need some extra money. Do I qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit?
Use the EITC Assistant tool. With just a little information, this tool helps you calculate eligibility with ease and accuracy, get an estimate of how much credit you qualify for, and get a printout of your results before you prepare your return or visit your tax preparer. To use the EITC Assistant tool and see if you're eligible to claim a credit, visit irs.gov/EITC.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Wake up and get going with the music you know and love. Early Bird Oldies broadcasts weekdays from 4 to 6 a.m. and plays all the tunes you remember. Find WBGU on the bottom of the dial at 88.1 FM or streaming worldwide on bgfalconmedia.com. Early Bird Oldies will put a smile on your face and make you tap your feet.
and it's only on WBGU, Northwest Ohio's community radio station.
Hey everybody, this is Kevin Hutchinson, host of The Swoop.
And this is Brooke Blake, executive producer for The Swoop. The Swoop is BG24's sports talk show about all things BGSU athletics.
New episodes come out every Thursday at 6 p.m. at bgfalconmedia.com.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM in Bowling Green, Ohio. You are tuned into live BGSU hockey coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM from the Falcon Media Sports Network.
The second intermission report brought to you in memory of Marta Crow, Falcon hockey fanatic, an avid listener of Falcon hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM. Both goals scored in this game, both are by Niagara, and both were by Maxim Murinov, the freshman out of Moscow, Russia. 4 seasons with the Calgary Hitman, 1 season with the Vancouver Giants last season. 46 goals, 82 assists, and 237 games played in the WHL. He's got his first goal and his first 2 goals of his career at Niagara or in the NCAA as well. He's got 3 points on the season, and he's given Niagara a 2-goal lead. Both of them kind of spurned on defensive mishaps by Bowling Green. The first one, Bowling Green's pass to Dalton Norris from inside of their own zone, just a little bit long, turned it over to Niagara, and because they had a couple of guys that were late to get back defensively, they had a couple of guys up. McDonald a pass from the right wing to the middle, and an easy one-on-one for Murinov to put it right past. And then the other one, Niagara with a 3-on-2. Mitchell Becker, the defenseman, actually had a nice shot that hit, rang off the post. He thought he had a goal. I thought he had a goal as well, and it so quickly got to Andy Rest to Maxim Murinov, and Murinov pounded it home for the second goal of the game. And that's just all the scoring that's happened in the second period and in the first 2 periods as well. Bowling Green has yet to find a goal, although that period was much better for Bowling Green, at least offensively. Only 3 shots on goal in the first period. They had 15 total after the second period, so 12 shots on goal just in that second period alone. Their offense was much better, and they had a fabulous offensive chance by Brett Foe. He walked down the center of the ice and a good outlet pass, and he got one-on-one with Roloffs, and Deeves Roloffs, the goaltender for Niagara, just made a very nice save to be able to shut down Bowling Green's best offensive opportunity of the game. The Falcons just have to limit the defensive errors. Both goals scored by Niagara were both off of defensive passes that were just a little bit long or not the greatest passes, turnovers in the neutral zone or in the Falcons' own zone. And against a high-scoring Niagara team, need I remind you, number 1 in scoring in the AHA last season, they're going to capitalize on those opportunities, and a lot of the CCHA opponents Bowling Green is going to face this season is also going to be able to capitalize on those opportunities. We've seen a good amount of talent for Bowling Green on display, especially rookie talent. Jeremy Minville had played quite a bit in that second period. I wish we had time on ice as a statistic kept in the NCAA. Alas, only by the teams, not for the use of the public and broadcasters and fans. But Minville and Connor Levis have been the most impressive rookies so far. Levis has been a staple in the face-off circles, as well as being a very strong defensive player. Connor Levis 6 for 7 in the face-off circles, but he was 3 for 6 after the first period. So he's taken less draws, but he's still gotten better as the game has progressed in a losing battle there in the face-off circles for the Falcons. 22 wins to 25 for Niagara. But he's played very well defensively, staple on the penalty kill, and he is only -1 on the game, which is the best of any Falcon. And Jeremy Minville has played very well offensively. I like the way that he's played in the offensive zone. He's been good along the boards as well. 6', 190, plays bigger than he is. He's very fast as well. Playing as an extra skater for Bowling Green today, has worked in with 3 of the 4 lines, especially in with Jaden Grant's line and Ben Duran's line, the top 2 for the Falcons. He's been very impressive for the Falcons, and certainly look for him through the rest of today's game. 2-0 lead for Niagara after 40 minutes of play. There are other games going on in the rest of the CCHA and the rest of college hockey. Northern Michigan, who was down 3-0 in the second period, scored 2 goals. They are now down just one, 3-2, with 7 minutes left to play in the second period. Peter Scissor and Michael Burchill both scored goals for Northern Michigan, and Scissor has 2 points, a goal and an assist on the 2 scores for Northern Michigan. Bowling Green obviously trailing Ferris State down 1-0 to Western Michigan. Zach Sharp, the goal by Western Michigan. Ferris State performed a incredible upset over Western Michigan yesterday. Actually, you look at the top 3 teams in college hockey. I don't remember exactly where the rankings were, but Penn State, Western Michigan, and Michigan State, all top 3 teams in college hockey. Penn State fell to Clarkson 6-4. Western Michigan, the defending national champion and a top 3 team, fell to Ferris State 3-2. And Michigan State, who was the number 1 team in the nation with arguably the best goaltender in the nation, Trey Augustine, fell to New Hampshire 4-3. Just as well, the Big Ten collapsed even more, with Minnesota losing to Boston College. The Big Ten was only 1-3 yesterday against their opponents, with Wisconsin getting a 6-0 exhibition win over the United States under-18 team, which doesn't really count too much. But Ferris State is now trailing to Western Michigan almost at the end of the first period, and that game is being played in Ferris State, which is not too far from Kalamazoo and Western Michigan. St. Thomas plays North Dakota at 8:07. Augustana plays Minnesota Duluth at 8:07. Minnesota State plays Omaha at 8:07 as well, and that's what's going on around the CCHA. We will also talk about what's going on in Bowling Green athletics, as men's soccer, Bowling Green men's soccer, currently down 1-0 to Bradley. Bradley scored a goal just in this first half. We're nearing the end of the first half as well. The Falcons have not yet found a goal, and if they lose this game, they'll be in pretty poor shape for trying to make the Missouri Valley Conference tournament or making a deep run, at which they are on a little bit of a poor streak. And Jason Ball as well in the goal for the Falcons has not helped them too much either. 1 save and 1 goal allowed. You look to Bowling Green volleyball as well. The Falcons were trailing 20-18 in the third period. Came all the way, or the third set, I should say. Got hockey in my head. And the third set came all the way back and won 25-23. Completed the sweep over Northern Illinois. They are now 6-1 in conference play, with their only loss to Toledo in the game that they lost Amanda Otten. And now with their 6-1 record, head into Ball State next week after a series sweep of Northern Illinois, who coming into the match was 3-3. They are now 3-4 in conference play, and we are going into Ball State's coming to town next week. Bowling Green will be playing the Ball State Cardinals at home. That should be a good match, and good 2 matches, and those will be broadcast on WBGU 88.1 FM next week as well. So Bowling Green volleyball coming away with a 3-set victory. Men's soccer trailing 1-0 still in the first half against Bradley, and Bowling Green hockey down 2-0 to Niagara here in Dwyer Arena in Niagara Falls, New York. Just a couple minutes before we start the third and final period. Bowling Green needing 2 goals to tie and force overtime, and 3 goals to come away with their first win of the 2025-26 season. You're listening to Bowling Green Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
The morning show on WBGU FM is brought to you by the Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce. For more information, contact The Morning Show at themorningshow@bgchamber.net. Send them any programming suggestions or information you might have. They are always looking for show ideas and guests. To have your birthday or anniversary announced, email or call the Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce at 419-353-789-45. The Morning Show on WBGU.
On September 28, 2025, BGSU women's soccer's Lizzie Boltnick scored her first goal in 2 years in a 4-0 win over Central Michigan. She later earned a brace in the win. Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco had the call of her first strike.
It's around Boltnick. Going to have a lot of space here on this side. She's going to be on the breakaway. The 2-on-1. Borgman has to get back towards the goal, and she's got to put it forward over the head of Borgman and in. Lizzie Boltnick Unbelievable. Taking advantage of Borgman being up near the midfield line.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network feature call.
BGSU football hosts the rival Toledo Rockets in the Battle of I-75 on Saturday, October 11th at noon. The Falcons are currently 2-3 and are looking to bounce back after an opening MAC loss to the Ohio Bobcats. Falcon Media Sports Network's Sean Connolly, Tyler Kavelitz, and Lucas Kleinmeyer will form the broadcast trio at Dwight L. Perry Stadium. Before the action gets started, Nate Hinners and Adam Duffin will start the pregame coverage at 11:35 on Falcon Radio.
Check out the Zig Zone Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
The Zig Zone, 4 to 6 p.m. every Sunday. Everything going on in Bowling Green athletics will be talked about by a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network analysts. Also go to bgfalconmedia.com and BG_FMSN on Twitter for all Bowling Green athletics news and updates, including everything Bowling Green hockey, volleyball, football, men's soccer, women's soccer, men's and women's basketball starting up soon. A lot of sports coming up for the Falcons, and the Falcon Media Sports Network will cover as much as we possibly can. Third period here in Dwyer Arena between Bowling Green and Niagara, the first of their two games this weekend. Falcons trailing 2-0 to Maxim Murinoff goals. The Falcons now striking left to right across your radio dial. Braden Crampton with the slap shot in is caught by Roloffs and knocked away to the side. Roloff sets his 15th save of the game. He's been fantastic so far, including stopping a one-on-one breakaway with Brett Foe earlier on, which has been the premier scoring chance for the Falcons. Simonovic with a shot in off of the chest, it looked like, of defenseman Jonathan Ziske. We'll get a face-off in the O-zone for Bowling Green. Bowling Green, a very strong face-off team. That face-off that got won to open this third period was Bowling Green's 23rd win. They were trailing 16-8 at one point. Now are just trailing 23-25 to Niagara in face-offs. Both teams with a over 54% face-off winning percentage in 2024-25. Good centering pass. Dalton Norris with a shot in, and it's gloved. Dominic Ryman was just a step away from that centering pass on the left wing by Tyler Hodson. A very nice look. Hodson, quite a strong offensive player, which is why he was brought to Bowling Green. 7 goals, 16 assists, 23 total points in 2024. Compare that to Bowling Green's Ben Duran's 10 goals, 12 assists, and 22 total points. You're pretty much replicating Ben Duran, putting him on the first line. Good move for the Falcons. McKinley down to Hodson. Hodson up against the right wing glass. Grant pushed away from the puck. Back out to center, held in by Dalton Norris. Norris with the puck. To the left wing, shot in is blocked. Dominic Ryman knocks it down, keeps it inside the blue line just barely, but Niagara finally knocks it out. It's going to be icing as the Falcons are going to be the first team back, and it's going to be a face-off back at Niagara with no change for the Purple Eagles. So this is a big opportunity for the Falcons with just over a minute expired in the third period to be able to get a good goal. Levis is going to take the draw. Waters and Foe out there offensively. Simonovic and Braden Crampton on as defensemen for the Falcons. Levis jumped early there. So did Glebs Prokhorenkos. Dropped the puck there. Levis won the faceoff, kept inside the blue line by Simonovic. Brett Foe with his shot is coaxed away from the goal by Niagara. There's Mitchell Becker. Becker behind the goal line. Take the puck out to center. Niagara flips it out to center ice, tries to make their first offensive drive of the third period. Simonovic backed around in his own zone. The Falcons still with puck possession. This is how Bowling Green played when they were really moving in the CCHA last year, when they held on to the puck possession almost the entire game. There's multiple games in there where the only times that the opponent got the puck was when they scored goals. Still in the offensive zone of Bowling Green, finally cleared out by Niagara. A good move by Wallace to take it out. But now it's back to Bowling Green. Brett Foe trying to stick handle from his knees. Whistle's going to blow. And it looks like we're going to get a hooking call against Niagara. And Bowling Green will head under their first power play of the season, first power play of the game, and their first 2-minute opportunity to get a goal back. Roloffs allowed 2 goals, both of them even strength against St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence went 0 for 5 on their power play opportunities. Now Bowling Green gets one here. Slap shot in. Roloff's the save. It's kicked up high in the air. Drops in front of the blue paint. Dropped down is Noah Morneau in front. Might have wanted a call, but Niagara takes it away. Down the left wing, Spencer Young takes it all the way in. Cole Moore reaches his stick out, pokes the puck away. Now BG comes the other way. Jake Sloan knocks it in to be chased by Noah Morneau. It gets whistled off. Jonathan Ziske had the position on Morneau, although Morneau inevitably got to the puck first. And the faceoff will come back into the Bowling Green end. 23 seconds expired on the power play for Bowling Green. Hunter Wallace given a penalty, 2 minutes for hooking. Brett Foe, as he was walking into the Falcon O zone. Jacob Mallett into draw. Long view from me here on the far right side of the Dwyer Arena. Bowling Green takes it outside of their own zone. Nope, Ryman turns it back around, dumps it back in behind his goal line. Big forecheck by Maxim Murnoff. 2 goals in this game, the only 2 goals scored by either side. Taking it all the way in is Bowling Green. Tyler Hodson walked all the way in with it, but couldn't get a shot off. Jake Sloan in the corner, back just outside the blue line. Crampton will have to chase it down. Cole Moore steps out of the goal to play the puck. Bowling Green will go for a change, so will Niagara. A minute expired in the power play. Good move by Braden Crampton to get some open ice. To the right wing, Jeremy Minville. Minville pass, left wing, crossover into the center. Minville looked to pass it to Crampton on the backhand, and it's pushed up the ice. Marshall Finney streaking all the way into the Bowling Green zone to grab the puck. And it's back behind the Bowling Green zone with clear possession. Wasted about 20 seconds off the clock. Up to center ice. Niagara gets a stick on it. Ethan Lund clears it back down. Dalton Norris will have to gather. Now only 20 seconds left to play in the power play. Bowling Green streaking up the ice. Ben Duran out to the left wing. Minville shot in on the doorstep, on the blue paint. Minville looks to wrap it back around. Crossed back to the opposite side blue line. At the point, Norris down. Waters looks to settle it down behind the goal line. 5 seconds left on the power play, and is iced back down by Niagara, who's getting Wallace out of the box right now. And a successful penalty kill for the Purple Eagles as they hold Bowling Green off the board. 2-0 still Niagara with 15:45 left to play in the third period. Puck goes into the net. We'll get a stoppage. The face-off just next to Cole Moore in the Bowling Green end. So 3 penalties for Bowling Green, all 3 in the first period. 2 penalties for Niagara, 1 in the first period, offsetting Dalton Norris' penalty for Bowling Green. And then Hunter Wallace, the sophomore, with his own penalty in this period. No power play goals yet. Both goals scored by Maxim Murnoff, even strength. Bowling Green with the puck. In the neutral zone, Emerson with a nice pass. Dom Ryman pushed up against the boards. Whistle blows. We're going to get a cross check. Didn't see it. It'll be interesting to see who this goes to. Whose box opens. Might be Jack Blake. Yep, Jack Blake's going to I'm sorry, Jaden Grant, number 28. That's a cross check and a half. Got his stick about waist height. So Bowling Green, who's down 2 goals, will go on the penalty kill with almost 5 minutes expired here in the third period. In for the draws, Jacob Mallett. Simonovic off the half wall and outside of the zone. Dominic Ryman has been impressive, played well offensively, played well defensively too, now on the forecheck for Bowling Green. McKinley and Simonovic and Connor Levis back, 3 newcomers, along with Breck McKinley on the ice for Bowling Green now on the penalty kill. Did not allow a power play goal against Robert Morris in the exhibition. Pretty much 7 power play attempts for the Colonials, and none of them capitalized on. Mallett will go back and draw with Connor Levis. Levis wins the faceoff. McKinley slaps it outside of the zone. Good clear by the Falcons so far. 15 minutes left to play in the third period. $1:30 left in the power play for Niagara. Skating in is Mallett. Mallett to the high point. Murnoff lets this one go. Left wing, now high point again. Shot missed by Becker and a good block by Levis. Levis limps his way off the ice as the Falcons get a change. Ryman pokes it away, and now Ryman heads off as one of the forwards that stayed on to continue the kill. Back outside the blue line, Bowling Green's got clear possession, and they'll take it into the O-zone. It's Max Martin. Martin with a quick shot, and roll-offs will stop it in his chest and glove it. Bowling Green will get a face-off in the O-zone. Just under a minute left to play in the power play, and a good take there by Max Martin, who's been kind of quiet so far. It's one of the more electric players Bowling Green has or had in the last season. Only 9 points, but 6 goals for Max Martin. Niagara wins the draw, takes it out of their zone. That's a big-time power play face-off win. Hunter Wallace takes it down the left wing. He's pushed to the boards by Bowling Green, and the Falcons clear it back out once more. Good move by Jonathan Ziske. Gets some open ice. Hunter Wallace will chase the puck again. Dumps it down around the half wall. The shot in goes wide, and this will clear outside the blue line once more. 30 seconds left to play in the power play for Niagara on Jaden Grant's cross-checking call behind the Niagara goal in the offensive zone. Spencer Young takes it down the left wing, and it's pushed back down to the other end of the ice. Brett Foe, ranging all the way in, will play the puck on Roloffs, but Roloffs pushes it away and gets it to Ziske. Ethan Lund on the ice. Ziske will head off, so new defenseman, and the power play is now spoiled by Niagara. Here's Lund on the left wing. Crossing pass is the middleman's tied up for Niagara. Now here's a pass to the right wing of Bowling Green. Brody Waters to McKinley. McKinley down to Waters at the goal line. Pinned up against the boards. Misses Jaden Grant, who dropped down to the boards to try and peel the puck up. Now Grant comes away with the puck anyway. Back out to the blue line and outside of it. McKinley will chase back to Cole Moore. Moore plays the puck away. Deep shot up the ice. Nathan Oikel, the extra skater, a defenseman for the Purple Eagles. Bowling Green, an extra skating forward, Jeremy Minville. Ryman goes for the puck. Connor Levis tries to drop it inside the blue line, bats it out of the air. But it's going to be offsides, I think, against Bowling Green, as he didn't quite get it back into the O-zone of Bowling Green. So the Falcons will miss a change. Niagara will get a change. For Rencrofts, back out on for the draw. Connor Levis as well for BG. Braden Crampton with the puck. Slap shot over to Roloffs. Roloffs misses it, crosses out in front, and Connor Levis couldn't get there in time to clean it up. To Crampton. Crampton at the right point. His pass in is blocked. Now we'll try it again. Moving his way to the AHA logo in the center of Bowling Green's offensive zone. Kept in just barely by Dalton Norris, but Niagara will take it back out. Becker will clear it back in. Stopped by Cole Moore. Played by Finney. Marshall Finney gets hit by Jackson Niedermeyer, forces him away from the puck. Still 50-50 now for Bowling Green. Ethan Lund will dump it back down in the Bowling Green end. 11:30 left to play in the third period. 2-0 Niagara leads. Quick wrist shot, missed the goal. Ethan Lund back out at the blue line on the left wing of Niagara's O-zone. Wheels it back to Lund. Lund, another shot in, dropped down in front. Bowling Green with the puck. Clears it back outside the blue line. Niedermeyer takes it away. Fifth-year senior for Bowling Green. Niedermeyer, 2 goals, 2 game winners last season. 1 against Fair State, 1 against Northern Michigan. Minville with the puck. Shot high and wide of the goal. Roloff stands in. Simonovic to the left wing. Back to Simonovic, but it's cut off and knocked outside the blue line. Duran crosses it. Good play by Roloffs to kick it away. We're going to get a whistle and a high sticking. And the puck will exit the zone. We'll get a face-off in... I know it's going to be high sticking against Niagara, I believe. See if it's a penalty or just a face-off. It's going to be Ethan Lund, I believe, that's going to head off for the high sticking. So it caught a piece of the Falcons. 10:45 left to play in the third period. 2-0. Niagara leads, and Bowling Green on another power play. Ethan Lund off for high sticking. Bowling Green wins the faceoff. Tyler Hodson, transfer from RPI, a high scorer. Back to Crampton. Top point, back to Hodson. Hodson at the high wheel, down to the goal line. With the puck, now back up to Crampton. Crampton at the center point. Moves to the right point now, down past the goal line, wrapping it all the way back around into Tyler Hodson. Hodson at the goal line, back out to the top of Crampton. Crampton playing the center again. Slap shot, Dom Ryman misses the goal left, and it clears outside the zone for Bowling Green. A very nice shot for Dominic Ryman. Just a freshman, but has played so well in his first regular season game with Bowling Green. Ryman gets his glove up a little high there. No more no, between the legs shot, and it's back outside the blue line. So the Falcons will have to touch up. Ryman with the puck, McKinley back there as well. Ryman will stay on the ice, about a buck left to play in the power play for Bowling Green. A must score on power play as Niagara ices it back down. But you need a goal here. You need to be able to pull the goalie with only 1 goal down so you can force overtime. Ben Duran with the puck, turns it over to Niagara. Now Niagara loses it back to Bowling Green. Brett Foe with a good move, down to the goal line with the puck, crosses it over into center. It's cleared away by Niagara, but not outside the zone. Foe with the puck, outside the blue line. Breck McKinley couldn't hold it in. Foe still has it, waits for the guys to get back on side, goes for the dump and chase. Jonathan Ziski looks to clear it back around, gets it off the glass, kept in nicely by Dalton Norris. 18 seconds left to play in the power play. Down to Jake Sloan. Sloan, fourth line center and freshman, back up to Norris at the left blue line corner. Now a shot in, blocked. Ben Duran with the shot there. Brett Foe to McKinley. McKinley to Sloan. Sloan puts a shot on goal, but it's cleared out by Niagara. 2 for 2 on penalty kills are the Purple Eagles, and Bowling Green stays down 2 goals. There's an icing against Bowling Green. 8:35 left to play in the second period. Next stoppage will probably be the immediate timeout, as Bowling Green will have to keep their guys on the ice following the penalty that they did not score on, although Bowling Green has now surpassed Niagara in shots on goal after that flurry. 43 total shots, 23 shots on goal. This third period has been the best offensively. Poor offense in the first, better offense in the second. Pretty good offense here in the third, just not able to find a goal on their 2 power play attempts. Referees waiting for the music to stop here in Dwyer Arena. Ivan Korodiak back out on the ice. Very good defensively, not too great offensively, but a high motor guy whose shifts will probably dry up a little bit when you get later in the game that you're down, but very valuable when you find yourself up or when you're just trying to generate some momentum. Gustav Stjernberg's absence from the defensive core as well, a big blow to Bowling Green. A staple on Bowling Green, and you're asking Simonovic to play with Crampton, two newcomers to Bowling Green, and that's a full line of defensemen that have not played the Dennis Williams brand of hockey. Now Niagara takes the puck into the O zone at the right wing. The shot in is wide. Max Martin will have possession cleanly. He'll probably get some more shifts now, a pretty offensive player. Grant just dodges a hit. You heard it there. That was a big one that went to be laid on by Elaine Brockhoff against the boards. Slap shot there, just wide right of the goal. Taking a step in is Simonovic on the right wing now, loses the puck up high. Marshall Finney on the boards to try and clear it out. And he does clear it out. Simonovic will have to chase it back in. Under 8 left to play in the third period. Time running out for Bowling Green to make offensive moves. Brockhoff back into the offensive zone for Niagara. Niedermeyer intercepts this pass, crosses it over to Minville. Off the boards a little bit long for Minville, can't hold it. Dietrich lets it go, and Ethan Lund will settle it in the zone of the Purple Eagles. Pass up for Grayson Dietrich, right winger on the fourth line. That hasn't seen too much time. Hunter Wallace has played with some different lineups, but Andy Rest and Grayson Dietrich haven't been mentioned too much. Niagara has the puck in the slot, loses it to Dom Ryman. Now forces the puck up the ice. Jackson Niedermeyer down, crosses it into the center, and Jeremy Minville's knocked down to the ice. He's going to draw a penalty there, I believe. Ethan Lund might be going off again. The hand is in the air of the referee, so Bowling Green's got free play. I don't know that anybody sees. Now they're calling Cole Moore over to the bench. And looks like we're going to get a penalty again against Niagara. Ethan Lund looked to be the offender, and he skated over to the bench and got off. Lund, the captain, has already committed a penalty so far. They're going to get a whistle while they sort this out, and another media timeout with 6:42 left to play in the third period. Bowling Green still down by 2. This timeout sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, located 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee and craft beer and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. 2-0 Niagara over Bowling Green, but a power play coming to the Falcons. You're listening to Falcon Hockey at WBGU 88.1 FM.
Your phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait. Attention on the road, that's the only way. Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The Zig Zone, Falcon Media Sports Network's weekly radio show dedicated to BGSU athletics, has a new segment. Make sure to tune into the show every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. to listen to the one-on-one segment, where Holden Ruck will interview a key figure in BGSU athletics.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM in Bowling Green, Ohio. Check out bgfalconmedia.com for previews, recaps, photos, videos, and more of the Falcons.
Two to nothing, Niagara leads Bowling Green with a power play after the Ethan Lund penalty. He got 2 minutes for cross-checking just a second ago. Got Jeremy Minville in the blue paint. So Bowling Green's been given 2 opportunities, has not capitalized on either one of them. Ryman slapped shot, deflected in front by Noah Morneau, but won't find its way to the net. Roloffs kicks it to the corner. Morneau, another high shot over the goal. Puck kept in by Dom Ryman. And off of Finney, out of play. Or not out of play, but down to the other end of the ice. 30 seconds wasted Back up to center ice. Bowling Green with the puck. 3-on-2 now. Out to the left side. Tyler Hotson. Hotson gets the puck. Back out. Dom Ryman. High right wheel. Shot in. Knocked away by roll-offs. Brody Waters puts a hit on there. Tyler Hotson looking for a pass. He is a good passer. 7 goals, 16 assists, 23 points with RPI last season. Hotson down to the goal line. Crossover into the middle. A good chance there by Brody Waters in tight. He couldn't get it to fall. 50 seconds left to play in the power play for Bowling Green. Still trailing by 2 goals. Up to Braden Crampton. Crampton stapled defensively on this power play. Dalton Norris, that's Tyler Hotson with a shot in as he gets knocked down to the ice. Nicholas Nemo with that shot to Tyler Hotson. And the lineup of Falcons will change out. So will the 4 Purple Eagles as well. 45 seconds left to play in the power play. 2-0. Niagara leads. Face-off won by Bowling Green. Out to Breck McKinley. McKinley to Foe. Foe at the high right wheel. Pass back out to the blue line. Breck McKinley. McKinley to Norris. 2 defensemen on the ice now for the Falcons. Norris down to Duran. Duran a good move. Back behind the goal to Jake Sloan. Sloan to Duran on the left wing on the goal line and now back out to the point. McKinley trades sides with Norris. Norris a slap shot. It's in tight. Jake Sloan can't get a good stick on it, and it couldn't be hauled in by Dalton Norris. BG's going to have to move to get another power play chance out of this. Norris to Duran. Duran through center ice on the logo in center. To Brett Foe on the left wing. Posey back out to the top to Norris. Norris switches sides to Foe in the middle. Foe with a shot in. Roloffs covers it up, and he'll freeze the puck with Lund taking his steps out of the box. And 3 penalty kills in the third period for Niagara. They still lead 2-0. 4:40 left to play in the third period. BG's going to certainly have to look back at these power plays. They've moved the puck well, taken some good chances, but they've just not been able to find a goal. And you're given 3 opportunities. You'd expect that at least one of them you score on, especially in a game you trail by 2. Menville back in the game. Grant presses up Spencer Young. He's tripped up behind the Niagara goal as well. Niagara gets the puck free. Out to Noah Hackett. Hackett out at the blue line. He's bumped. Jaden Grant broke his stick, lost his stick. So Bowling Green's playing with 4 right now, 4-on-5 in the offensive zone. Ivan Korodiak skating all the way to the goal line. A lot of defensemen at the goal line today for Bowling Green. Puck's forced away. Hackett clears it outside the zone. And it's down deep for Finney. Marshall Finney with a chance. And Cole Moore covers up the puck with 4 minutes exactly left to play in the third period. Still a 2-0 Niagara lead. Three shots on goal for Bowling Green in the first period. 12 shots on goal for Bowling Green in the second period. They led 12-10. And 11 shots on goal to only 2 for Niagara in the third period. Granted, the penalties by Niagara have killed their offense. But right now, Maxim Murinoff seems to be the first star of the game, considering he's got both goals for Niagara, and they're the deciders right now. Hunter Wallace shoots it in. Dalton Norris being held up. He can't get to the puck. Breck McKinley presses up his man, flips it out of the zone, and taking strides in is Jackson Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer looks to pull the puck back. Max Martin in there as well. Turns it back around to center ice, and the Falcons have possession in their own zone. 3:20 left to play in the third period. Moves need to be made if you're Bowling Green, and Cole Moore looking over to the bench as well. Hasn't moved out of the blue paint yet, but probably will in the next 30 seconds or so, if I had to guess. Hunter Wallace back in. Simonovic will collect for the Falcons. BG's got clear possession. Cole Moore staring down the bench of the Falcons. Tyler Hotson with the puck in central ice. Bowling Green just waiting for clean puck possession back. Simonovic back in his own zone. Hard forecheck by Niagara. Trying to keep Cole Moore in the goal as long as they can. Keep that 6th skater off of the ice. Spencer Young to center ice. Tyler Hotson with the puck. Long shift for Hotson. Been out there quite a while. He'll wheel back around, but the offensive players for Bowling Green have got to stay out longer than normal. You need 2 goals in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Dalton Norris with the puck. McKinley to the right. Colmore takes a step outside of the blue crease, and now he'll head off. Brett Foe gets some open ice. 6 skaters for Bowling Green. Out to Norris. Norris with a shot, and he misses the goal wide right. Off the glass, kept in. Zimmer. McKinley with a shot in. It's in the slot. Noah Morneau couldn't gather it to Brett Foe. Brett Foe at the right wheel. Back up to center. Slap shot McKinley goes behind the goal of Roloffs. It's caught in the net, and the whistle will blow the referee. $1:53 left to play in the third period. Bowling Green's got 6 skaters on the ice. No Colmore in net, and a face-off to the left of Deeves Roloffs. Timeout will be called by Dennis Williams. And a smart one as Willie wants to talk this over with her team. This timeout sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, proud creators of the Ale Ziggy Zumba, a light ale made in collaboration with BG Athletics. A fan favorite in the Madhouse on Mercer, also available at 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green. For latest menus and Juniper Brewing Company details, go to juniperbrew.com. We'll take a step back just for a quick minute. You're listening to Bowling Green Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Volleyball's Jessica Andrews is this week's Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week. The senior middle blocker won MAC's Offensive Player of the Week. She is the 5th different Falcon to earn Player of the Week award and making her the 3rd to win Offensive Player of the Week this season. This is Andrews' 7th weekly award, but her first non-defensive Player of the Week. This is her first honor of the 2025 season. Andrews was tied for the most kills on the team against Eastern Michigan with 16 for 30 and 8 for 12 against CMU on Saturday, finishing her weekend with 24 kills, making her hitting percentage for the weekend .476. This has been Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week.
Ben Korak and the Falcon Media Sports Network crew covering the Falcon hockey team throughout the season.
1:53 left to play in the third period. 2-0 Niagara leads. Bowling Green with 6 skaters. Niagara wins the faceoff. Back to Dom Ryman. Dom Ryman at the blue line of Bowling Green. Niagara looking to clear it outside the zone, make Bowling Green reset, and they do. Crampton on the right wing of Bowling Green. Slap shots it back around. Rollison dumps it back behind the goal. $1:30 left to play. And it's cleared outside by Ethan Lund. Lund flips it over the glass. Waste some time. Could possibly be construed as a delay of game, but they're not going to call it. And to be honest, this late in the game, I don't think you should call it. Jake Sloan for the draw. Brody Waters pins the puck up against the boards on the right wing side of Bowling Green. Falcons have 6 skaters, 2 defensemen, Braden Crampton and Dalton Norris, pretty good offensive players. And Niagara will dump it back down the ice, miss the goal wide right, and be charged with a icing. Solid chance for Niagara and a pretty quick shot. It's a pretty tall order to fire it from one wheel to the goal line on the other. Couple of changes being made for Bowling Green. Ryman, Waters, Ben Duran, Quinn Emerson, Dalton Norris, and Braden Crampton. And now it looks like we're gonna get another timeout. Juniper Brewing Company getting their money's worth out of our broadcast today. 1:19 left to play in the period. Timeout sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, located at 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee and craft beer, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. 2-0 Niagara leads, 1:19 left to play. Bowling Green with 6 skaters on the ice. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Women's Soccer returns home to take on the Miami, Ohio Redhawks on Sunday, October 12th at 1 p.m. at Cochran Stadium. The Falcons are coming off a tie as they are right in the middle of MAC play. BG has not lost to Miami since 2015, going 7-0-2 against the Redhawks over the past 10 years. Tune in to the WBGU PBS YouTube channel for Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer and Henry Costco on the call.
This is Falcon Media Sports Network hockey coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM.
54 shots now, 26 shots on goal for Bowling Green, leading in both categories to Niagara, whom they trailed after 2 full periods of play. 1 minute, 19 seconds left to play on the clock here at Dwyer Arena. Bowling Green trailing 2 goals. They have 6 skaters and no Colmore in net. Niagara 3 penalties committed this period, all 3 penalty kills successful, so they've been good with a man disadvantage. Tyler Hodson comes away with the penalty comes away with the puck after that timeout used by Jason Lammers of Niagara. Puck pinned up against the corner by Niagara, and it's finally peeled away by Bowling Green. Crampton takes a step in to play the puck, back out, and it's cleared way outside the zone. First one there for Niagara is not going to have a great angle, wraps it around. Niagara in the Bowling Green defensive zone, and now the Falcons take it away the other way. 4-on-3, Dom Ryman takes it in. Good move down to the goal line, crosses it in, 2 roll-offs. The roll-offs has to cover it up. He's getting pushed in front of his own bench. A scrum going on to the right of Deves Roll-offs, who's still down. He looks like he got hit pretty good. Ross Rollison gets pulled out of a pile. Some pleasantries being exchanged as a Falcon and a Purple Eagle are tied up. Looked like Hodson took the brunt. And we're going to get a face-off outside the blue line. 38 seconds left to play. Still a man disadvantage. That was a big rush for Niagara. Declan McDonald took the puck all the way from center ice to the goal line, being defended quite well and couldn't get a good shot on goal off. Dietrich, Murnoff, and Perencrofts, the forwards for Niagara, flipped high in the air, and it hit the ceiling, it looks like. Going to get a whistle. So all that's going to do is waste a couple of seconds off the clock and put the faceoff back in the O-zone for Bowling Green, which is a benefit. Jake Sloan off. Looks like Jaden Grant back on. Granter in the wheel. Perencrofts moved early, it looks like. And he's going to be kicked out. Andy Rest is going to go in. Solid defensive forward. Crampton to Ryman. Ryman, a slap shot is nicely blocked by Niagara. Slipped back outside of the zone. Jaden Grant with the puck center ice. Niagara takes a shot at the goal, but it's knocked down by Bowling Green. 15 seconds left to play. BG still trails by 2. They got to move. Dom Ryman through center ice. Dissed it out to the left wing. Tyler Hodson got to take a shot. It gets blocked as he took the shot in. He's going to miss the goal. Kept inside the blue line by Braden Crampton. Shot in. Tyler Hodson will gather the puck on the left wing. 2 seconds left. Puck down behind the goal line. Roll-offs will cover it up as time expires here in Dwyer Arena. A pretty large amount of swings going on right next to roll-offs as the game has ended. Falcons are not happy. Niagara just trying to keep cool as the game has officially ended. Still some pushing going on. Jaden Grant just gave Brockhoff a shove. Neither team has exited the bench yet. An odd end to the game. Bowling Green failed to capitalize on their 3 power play opportunities in the third period, down 2. And the 6-on-5 for about 2.5 minutes. So it'll be an odd feel to this handshake line now for Bowling Green and Niagara, but the first game of the season for Bowling Green. They fall 2-0 to a shutout performance by Deves Roll-offs. The sophomore got his first win last week against St. Lawrence, and will take his second career win today and his first shutout as well. No handshake line in center ice. The coaches will. The players will not. We'll take a step back in for a few moments. Bring you back for the post-game show. You're listening to Bowling Green Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
A lot of people have trouble filing their taxes. I wonder if I can help.
You can help people with low to moderate income file their taxes through the IRS's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, VITA, or Tax Counseling for the Elderly, TCE programs. As a volunteer, you'll learn how to prepare individual tax returns, and at the same time, you'll help taxpayers get tax credits and deductions they're entitled to. If you'd like to volunteer, go to irs.gov and type Tax Volunteer in the search field for more details.
Falcon Media Sports Network writes and publishes over 1,000 stories per year, including game previews, recaps, sidebars, opinion pieces, feature stories, and more. Head over to bgfalconmedia.com to view all of our content for every sport throughout the year.
On September 13, 2025, BGSU football tight end Jacob Harris hauled in his first career touchdown reception in the Falcons' 23-13 homecoming victory over Liberty at Dwight L. Perry Stadium. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz had the call of the play on Falcon Radio.
Markel Porter in the backfield. Pine's going to keep it. Going to launch to the right side. That is caught in a touchdown by Jacob Harris. What a catch by the sophomore tight end in the end zone to put Bowling Green up 9-0 over Liberty.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Unlike other local sources, Falcon Media Sports Network and BG Falcon Media will never charge a paywall to view our content. However, if you are looking to support student media, you can donate at the bottom of our stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Check out recaps of this and every BGSU hockey match online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Tonight's stars of the game presented by Bill and Karen Hoffert, longtime BGSU hockey fans and Falcon Club members. All three of them are Niagara Purple Eagles, considering they had the only 2 goals in the game and shutout performance as well. Maxim Murnoff, the first star, 2 goals in the game, along with 4 shots on goal and a +2 overall rating with 2 blocks to go along on the defensive end. Deeves Roloff's the second star, 26 saves, 0 goals allowed. His first shutout in his career, his second overall win as well. Now 2-2 as an overall record across his career, and 2-0 on the season as Niagara and Deeves Roloff's. Pretty tough decision between the two, but Murnoff did get 2 goals. And then Mitchell Becker, first line defenseman for Niagara. The senior had 1 assist, 1 point, but 5 shots and 2 shots on goal, 4 blocks as well. On the defensive side, pretty solid defense in the third period as well, with 3 power plays for Bowling Green, as well as the 6-on-5 that Bowling Green had in the last 2:20, and a +1 rating as well. Murnoff, the only player on the ice with over a +1 rating, and he had a +2 rating. Bowling Green failing to score, although having more offense and offensive chances over the entire game than Niagara. They had 6 more shots on goal and 16 more total shots than the Purple Eagles. They also led 39-31 in faceoffs. Both of those areas of the game are areas that Bowling Green trailed in the first period quite handily to Niagara, and then in the second period it got a little bit better, although they still trailed. In the third period it just blew up. They started winning faceoffs hand over fist. They also started shooting a ton of shots, especially on their 3 power plays and the man advantage at the last 2:20 of the game. That gave them quite a bit of shot opportunities, but still none of them able to find the back of the net. Jeremy Minville had the most total shots with 8. The most shots on goal was Braden Crampton with 4. And a couple of really nice rookie performances today for Bowling. couple of really nice rookie performances today by Bowling Green, Minville being one of them, especially contributing on the offensive side of the ice. Braden Crampton doing both. He was there on the penalty kill. He was there on the power play as well, and he stepped into a pretty big loss of Gustav Stjernberg, played very well on both ends of the ice. And Dominic Ryman, very impressed with the way he played, with the way he skated, with his positioning, and with his ability to play on the boards. He had a very strong game as well. Colmore and net for Bowling Green had a very strong game. Both goals that he allowed were on defensive lapses by the Falcons, a couple of bad passes, and odd man rushes for Niagara. One of them, the first one to Murinoff, was just a one-on-one that, you can expect Colmore to make that, but, it's a one-on-one. It's a very tough save for Colmore on that flurry. And then the second one, again, it was a little bit of a breakaway and a cleanup attempt by Murinoff to get his second goal of the night. Colmore finished with 18 saves and 2 goals. Compare that to Deeves Roloffs, who had 26 saves, no goals allowed, and an outstanding performance here today. Bowling Green and Niagara also tied in penalties. The Falcons committed 3 of them in the first period. Niagara only committed 1 in the first period, and then Niagara committed 3 in the third period, which was maybe a little bit to their fault, although the Falcons, didn't score on those opportunities, so I guess no harm, no foul for Niagara. They head into tomorrow with a 5 o'clock game between Niagara and Bowling Green here in Dwyer Arena. Our broadcast will start at 4:45 p.m. From here in Dwyer Arena in Niagara Falls, New York. The Falcons 0-1-0 on their overall record in their first game of the season. Niagara 2-0-0 with their second win at home of the season. An impressive display by Niagara, but still a very tight match today as the game wore on. And the Falcons will be back tomorrow with attempting to take their first win of the season. We'll take a look around the rest of Bowling Green before we leave. As we mentioned at the second intermission report, Bowling Green Volleyball completed a 3-set sweep over NIU, completed a series sweep as well between yesterday and today, and head into Ball State next week with a 6-1 record, dropping NIU down to 3-4. Overall, the Falcons still playing without the likes of Lauren Hovey and Amanda Otten, but still doing pretty well in the record, maybe losing out a little bit on their chances to be the 1 seed and win the MAC regular season. But they only have 1 loss right now, and they control their destiny from here on out still. On Bowling Green men's soccer, it's a 1-1 game right now. Trace Terry with a goal at the 63rd minute. He has his only goal of the game, no assists for Bowling Green, and it's tied 1-1 with about 26 minutes left to play in the second half. So the game is certainly wrapping up. Bowling Green needs to take not just any points, but they need to take a win and for their best chance at making the Missouri Valley Conference Championship as well. Remember, Bowling Green football plays tomorrow and Saturday at noon. Sean Connolly, Lucas Kleinmeyer, and Tyler Kavelitz will all have the broadcast of that game on Falcon Radio, streaming at bgfalconmedia.com. That's the Battle of I-75, Bowling Green versus Toledo, a huge game with huge MAC championship implications. The Falcons with 1 loss to Ohio and MAC play. Toledo with 1 loss, I believe, to Western Michigan and MAC play. The winner of that game will probably be the favorite to reach the MAC championship at Ford Field in Detroit. So that's going to be a big game for Bowling Green. Don't miss the action with Sean, Tyler, and Lucas on Falcon Radio at 11:45 a.m. streaming on bgfalconmedia.com. Also make sure, as I mentioned before, to tune in at 4:45 p.m. tomorrow for Bowling Green hockey versus Niagara, the conclusion of the first series for Bowling Green hockey this year, looking for their first win in the regular season as well. And then next week, an exhibition match against Windsor at home in the Slater Family Ice Arena. Special thank you to Adam Duffin, especially for board operating our game today. And actually, that just reminded me to talk a little bit about our Pick the Stick. Again, Falcon Media Sports Network, a couple of people each choose a player before the game starts. They accrue points throughout the entire season, 2 points per goal, 1 point per assist. Goalie starts with 3 points, loses them as the game goes on. The only player that would have got points today was Cole Moore, and none of us picked Cole Moore. Lucas chose Tyler Hodson, Tyler chose Brody Waters, Adam chose Quinn Emerson, and I chose Noah Moore. No, none of them scored as there was no goals for Bowling Green, so we're all at a wash today, and we'll come back tomorrow with Pick the Stick. Make sure to play along at home if you would like to. But Adam Duffin, who chose Quinn Emerson today, thank you so much for board operating our game, getting me on the air and making me sound better than I probably am. Really appreciate you, especially with the interview portion at the pregame, I should say. Special thank you to Lucas Kleinmeyer, Tyler Kavlitz, our Falcon Media Sports Network directors, as well as Carl Smith, our faculty advisor, for allowing me to be here in Niagara, New York. And special thank you to Bowling Green Hockey as well. It's allowing me to stay in their hotel block as well, and doing some travel logistics for us as well. Definitely goes very appreciated. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 4:45 for Bowling Green Hockey in their second game versus Niagara. And we'll say so long and see you tomorrow. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.